State Champs Game Time Live is presented by Lawrence Technological University. You can recruit yourself at ltuathletics.com. It's also brought to you by Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Visual Home Inspections, a proud sponsor of the Boys Bowl. Get the peace of mind you deserve when purchasing your next home. Scheduling your home inspection couldn't be any easier. Go to www.homeinspectionschedule.com. Candice Rich Luxury Homes. Experience luxury service without compromise. Let her open the door to your next real estate move. Call Candice direct at 248-724-6124 or visit her website, CandiceRich.com. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on Game Time Live. I'm Ryan Slocum along with the coach, Richie Popp. Coach, huge one today, the Rivalry, and it happens to be in the 77th Annual Boys Bowl. It is Catholic Central taking on their rivals from down the road, Brother Rice. And Coach, this rivalry, as you well know, doesn't get much bigger in the state and maybe the entire Midwest.
It's a completely different atmosphere. Both sides, and I mean it runs deep. You will have sons of former players. This affects the kids right off the bat, the families, the alumni at both schools. It is a major event and an unbelievable undertaking by both, because scrap all the records. It doesn't matter what you've done before today. Here we are on a gorgeous day on a Sunday for the Boys Bowl.
Absolutely. Let's get right into it. Both of these teams, very explosive. Let's start with the Warriors and their running back.
Well, I'll tell you what, Nolan is phenomenal. When he came back last year after some ankle issues, you could see he was special, and this got better and better and better. There's a trust and a unity that he brings with the comfort of the run game, as we all know, can add to a football team, and he is explosive anywhere he touches the ball. And I think it's going to be fun to watch.
And they have some receivers as well, starting with La Canaria.
He's unbelievable. Phenomenal route runner, great hands, fearless, fast, super quick. I look for Catholic Central to try and get him in a phone booth. You don't want to give him any space, because if you do, he's going to go. And I think they're going to use the play-action game to try and get him the football where, you know, you're bringing some people up, create some space behind. We'll see how that develops.
Well, you want to talk about explosion. These are not Coach Max Shamrocks anymore. They wing this ball all over the field. Declan Bile, huge arm.
Well, and a phenomenal leader. I mean, I think sometimes people just associate quarterback with how we throw and all those things. I was just talking to several CC people, and they said the best thing about this team is the unity, and that's what Declan will bring. And, of course, he is a phenomenal quarterback, very well studied. He knows where people are going to be, understands coverages. He works his tail off all year to do so. It'll be fun to watch him throw the football today.
And his main target is Owen Semp. Look for them to hook up. They can also run it. Big Mo in the backfield.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. Jafer is a heck of a running back, and they've always had a great offensive line, both in the run game and the pass game, and we'll see how Rice defends it. They've been playing well, but I'll tell you what, this kind of game with those kinds of kids, it's tough sometimes to overcome it. So we'll see how it develops.
We will see how it develops, and we will see it right here on the State Champs Sports Network. CC has won a record 6 straight in this one. They'll try to do it again in the Boys Bowl right after this.
You see that? How you can see every delicious speck of sesame, garlic herb, and Parmesan? That is what flavored crust should look like. Crust so irresistible that if pizza could eat pizza, it would be this pizza. Can you imagine how good a pizza would have to be for it to eat itself? Talk about irresistible. Now get an irresistible meal deal for any budget starting at just $5.99.
Hungry?
Howie!
We view technology a little differently at Lawrence Tech's College of Architecture and Design. We believe it makes lives better, more beautiful, that it enables people to connect and empowers them to create. We see technology as a reflection of people at their best, and that it should be designed to make us more human, not less. Come redefine technology with us at LTU's College of Architecture and Design.
Welcome to Novi and the big one, the 77th Annual Boys Bowl. Catholic Central taking on Brother Rice. Now let's hear our national anthem. It does not get much better than this. Ryan Slocum alongside Coach Popp. Beautiful. After a rough week, we got almost 70 degrees, sunny skies for the 77th Annual Boys Bowl with one of the best rivalries around, Coach. Both teams coming in 3-1. Little tale, different tale here. CC lost their first game. Now have won 3 straight. The exact opposite for Brother Rice coming into this one.
And I'll tell you what, a lot of people look at records, what they've done in the past this year and how things have developed, but I'll tell you the difference in this game is it does not matter. Both teams are going to come rip, ready, and roaring to play. You'll see it from the get-go, and it's that way every single year no matter what's going on.
And absolutely, the rivalry is huge, but this game is also special for a number of other reasons. Genna Rose is down on the sideline, and she joins us with those details. Genna.
Genna Rose here joining you on the sidelines. The Brother Rice and Detroit Catholic Central rivalry is one of the richest on the Michigan high school football scene. These two have been going at it since 1967 with only one tie that came in 1968. Now diving into the history of the Boys Bowl, that originated in 1944, and that came by way of Nebraska Boys Town making their way up to the state of Michigan to play Catholic Central. Now that's a little tiring making that track, so different teams over the years have come in and out, but this is one of the most fun games to watch. These two taking the field here today for this year's Boys Bowl, and hey, Catholic Central, they have won the last 6, which makes that the longest in the winning streak here of this rivalry. Sending it back to you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. The history's so rich, Coach. The Nebraska team from Boys Town was the national powerhouse, winning national championships. They made a movie about that school, by the way, if you haven't seen that. Incredible history there. Used to play down at Briggs Stadium even back in the day, and now it has turned into the Catholic League rivalry as they switch every few years who they play in this game.
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for other teams to become a part of it. I know De La Salle's been a part of it several times. But when it's Rice CC, it's just the element of special that you can't write up in a script. Because, again, it just doesn't matter who the characters are. It's going to be the same war on the football field, in particular in a Boys Bowl on a Sunday. And like you said, it is gorgeous out, and let's go.
Absolutely. And as Genna mentioned, CC has won a record 6 straight games. The last time that Rice won, 41-14, if you can believe it, all the way back in 2014. Of course, that means they won last year's game, which we were here for as well, 17-12 in that one. Rice trying to get off the schneid here. And I talked to Coach K this week, and he told me, you might get down after your first loss of the year. I said, is it a good thing you're playing your rival? He goes, you know it is. We're ticked. We're upset, and we want to go hit some boys in blue today.
It's extremely ironic that in this game in particular, because you only have 9 in a regular season, sometimes you point to a loss that catapults you into becoming a better football team. You almost get, I don't want to say complacent per se, but along those lines, whereas when you lose, hey, now let's go after it, and boy, could you have a better place to go and go after it against your rivalry. Crazy fun.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what Coach said. He's like, it was a good loss. We learned a lot, and now we have to step up because we know these guys are going to want to come hit us. So it does look like it will be the Shamrocks opening things up, putting the ball in the air, and it will be the Warriors taking the ball first. And both of these offenses, as we mentioned in the open, are explosive. Expect to see more of Nolan Ray actually today as well. You're going to see him getting work even in the pass game. He's very explosive. He's been messed a little bit of an ankle here. He's been held out of a game. Today, expect a heavy load.
And again, there's a couple ways you look at that. Obviously, he's a phenomenal football player. But also, when you have an explosive offense across the way who throws the ball over the place, the worst thing for them is to stand on the sidelines.
Lucas Moscone boots it away. And this one will be taken by La Canaria inside the 5. And look at this. He's got all sorts of room. Still on his feet near midfield before he is finally taken down by Owen Semp. La Canaria giving the Orange Hats some great field position to start this one.
Could not have a better opening to a game. If you're getting the ball kicked to you, you almost feel as if it's a little disrespectful to your offense. So what do? You pop off a big return, and let's go out on offense and go get some points. That's what the Warriors are thinking right here.
And if you're not familiar with these teams, La Canaria, a name you will be hearing quite often. You see him number 5 there in the slot at the top of your screen. The quarterback, Hunter Polanki, hands it off. That is Nolan Ray. Bounces to the outside, gets the edge, picks up a couple. There is a flag as he's taken down at the 40.
I think we have a hold on the edge here. Tough after a really good run. Really hard for a receiver to stay in those blocks with quick defensive backs. You just have to learn when he's pulling away from me, just let him go. Take the run where you get it from there, even if he makes the tackle.
And you can see the white hat there. That will be the call, a hold on Brother Rice on the first possession and first play from scrimmage of this one. In history, 65 meetings between these two teams, and it is tight. 34-30-1 in favor of DCC. So they line them back up, and here we go again. The pass out there to La Canaria, still on his feet, bouncing around, but he is dragged down.
And just like we said, they want to put him in a phone booth. Do not give him too much space because he's dangerous in space. You want to bottle him up, rally to the football. You'll see it right here. I like the opening pass call. It's a quick one. Get it out in the hands of your playmaker. Good job by CC rallying to the football.
Sean Field just missed that one. He got his big mid up there. Cole brings it in, keeps it off the turf, but it will be second down. Hunter Polanki, the junior quarterback, and he's firing again. Steps up, he's getting chased, and he is going to be brought down by big number 54. That is Michael Baydun.
Mr. Baydun making a big play right there. Flushed out of the pocket, he pushes up nicely, doesn't have anything in front of him. Again, you're going to see just pure relentlessness, as is always the defense at CC's trait. And here he comes right there, makes a good play. It's going to bring up third in a long time.
And, Coach, you got to like the effort there, getting up off the ground to make that tackle.
They're relentless, and you'll see it all game long because whoever they bring in will be that way.
So it is third and long at about 16. Polanki in trouble again, has to roll out. Field chasing him, and they do knock him out of bounds. That's Braden Corser, and Rice will have to punt it away.
Mr. Polanki, he does a good job here escaping, getting the outside. I'd like to see him tuck that ball away. You're going to see him carrying it in the one hand, which is traditionally sometimes how a quarterback does it. But, boy, when you're going to be chased by a bunch of big fellas, you better put that ball away so it doesn't get knocked out late on the ground. This game here, one turnover can be a difference when you got good football teams going at it. See what kind of punt we get here. Jake Coulter, the quarterback who has some arm issues, can still punt the ball. He does a tremendous job punting. Be very helpful if he punts them deep here. Good and high. Oh, fair catch on the 5.
So it will be a long way to go for the Shamrocks as they take over on offense for the first time today. We have mentioned his name a couple of times, the man under center. And in the shot will be the 3-year starter, Declan Bile.
Could not ask for a better leader behind your O-line that is strong, physical. Got a great running back. Mr. Jaffer is phenomenal from back there, and boy, does he have some weapons to sling it to.
Absolutely does, a number of them. Owen Semp, his main man. Ray Zerke as well. Connor Cohen, also going to hear his name called, number 6. They love to wing it around here, and I know it's strange for you, Coach, being around this rivalry for such a long time, seeing these two teams play for such a long time. Past couple of years, there is no 3 yards in a cloud of dust. There is a whole lot of throwing that ball all over. Very different for the folks who may have not seen CC play since, I don't know, maybe when they were in high school. They're going to look a whole lot different today.
Right now the alumni themselves are saying, hey, what's going on? There's not enough people on the line of scrimmage. There's not enough running backs. But I'll tell you what, they've become extremely proficient at what they do. Because what they're taught here is we do it right every time, and that's what you'll see.
And how about this setup, Coach? 2 stacked receivers wide. This time it gets out to Owen Semp. Just gains a couple, though, before getting brought down.
You know, you look for those quick pass plays. It's very much like an extension of the running game. And when you get 3-4 yards, you get 5, it's a big win. You get 3 or 4, it's a positive play. And that's what they're looking at here. Excellent rally to the ball right there. Zabe comes up flying from the corner. I'm sorry, that's number 20, Roderick Chandler, who came flying from the corner. Very good tackle right there, bringing him to the ground.
So it will be 2nd and 7 for the Shamrocks.
Now Declan. You're looking at the tight end set.
And here comes Jaffer, banging his way up the middle for another pickup down to around the 13, 14-yard line.
Good strong run. Again, good active O-line right there. You see a little double the bounce in there, getting that Mike linebacker taken care of by a couple big fellas. Good strong run, brings up 3rd and manageable.
Yep, 3rd and manageable. Think they're going to mark it about 3rd and 4 from the 14. Pinned deep on their first possession. We do have a man down, though, so we will get a stoppage in play.
And I saw that replay. He got rolled up on a little bit late in that play. I think he tried to get back up, get in the huddle and play again, and realize, you know what, my knee, I hope it's nothing serious, but something is not right. You could see as he went down right there.
Can't tell exactly who that is, but, yeah, you mentioned it, rolled up on. He tried to get up and then went back down, banging his arms there. That is Jameer Relaford, the big senior, 5'11", 230. And this line, Coach, a lot of experience up there on that line, except for one fella, number 75. You may know the name, Caden Strayhorn, 6'6", 275. His father is Jason Strayhorn. And every team in the nation is begging to get this guy, and he's just a freshman.
Well, if you're not going to bring experience to the table, 6'6", 275 with a dad who played a little bit of football is a great thing to bring to the table. And from what I understand, a phenomenally hard-working kid, and why would it be otherwise? Great example in the house, and that's how things work.
Okay, so now we're getting a different look here. That's going to be Jack Davis.
Let me get outside here. Interesting.
Excuse me, that is Jaffer again on the handoff. He gets across that 15-yard line.
I thought for sure in that set they were going to pitch this ball outside. They had him outmanned. They end up going the other way with it, trying to give a different look. You can see Rice does not adjust to the outside. I thought for sure a quick pitch. Ran power the other way.
And Jaffer does just enough to get that first down. So it will be a new set of downs for the Shamrocks as we have hit the 8-minute mark in the 77th Annual Boys Bowl. Glad you could join us here on the State Champs Network. Bile throwing this time. Great cut here, and that is Raid Zerke still on his feet across the 40, all the way from one side to the other. First down and a whole lot more for CC.
And here comes a flag, little late hit out of bounds. I love the little play action here. Sucks a linebacker up towards the line of scrimmage, hit the slant behind him. All it has to do is the running back going in the line of scrimmage. That's all it takes. Excellent yards after catch here. Good vision. Excellent job switching that ball to the outside. What a great clip to show young receivers. And then a late hit out of bounds is going to add 15 yards to that.
Yeah, Ben Eck and the fellas got over there a little bit late, so on top of that big gain, just when you look like you were in trouble, pinned deep inside your own territory, you get the first down, and then on first down, you get a whole lot more with that penalty.
So I'm sure the coaches on the fair punt catch were saying, listen, no. Oh, he caught it on the 5.
You right?
They're now saying, hey, let's go, boys. Way to go. Way to bring it out there. Let's go. Put it all the way in.
Field position definitely switched. Here comes Bile again, throwing again. Quick toss out there to Connor Cohen, and he is going to pick up another first down, just backing his way across the stick.
And I'll tell you, this is what Declan gives you. You have a safety who's just too far off. Everyone's going to run a hitch, a little 5-yard throw, bam, 11 yards because he gets it to the outside shoulder where he can spin outside away from the inside-out defenders. A strong stiff arm there by Connor, and a good job getting upfield. Again, just smart quarterbacking, starting out 3 for 3 here.
Look back to the sideline. Connor, a senior as well, had a couple of touchdowns against Davison. Big win over them in the second game of the season. Davison coming off a state championship, then a return trip to the final last year. Here's Jaffer again, sliding his way. I believe he's safe after a gain of 4 or 5.
No doubt about it, because I believe he got the turf monster trip up there, but boy, was there a hole made by the O-line on that play, and I know Mr. Jaffer wants that ball back with good balance, because they did a nice job opening up a crease here. You can see it right there. Brother Rice is very fortunate that he fell down on that, because he had some room to run.
So here we go again, Coach, that set, and now getting more traditional as they did to get that first down earlier. Here comes Jaffer trying to get the corner. No, sir. He is brought down by Josh Flyer.
Great job coming up from the backfield there by Josh. But you see the inside-out running by the Warriors, which is what you want. You want to make that running back bounce, 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 bounce. And then here comes your help. Sure tackle. Great job. There's the penalty flag. I didn't see anything there, but they may have a hold somewhere.
You see the flag getting dropped on the ground here. And it will be against the Shamrocks.
The call on the Shamrocks.
As you can hear our PA announcer, hold is the call.
Looks like Coach K is going to take this penalty and shove him back. Going to mark this back.
Nice shot there of Coach K. Done a good job with his young squad so far this year. I know they want last week back. That loss to De La Salle, striked first, gave up 21 straight, but then that defense came up huge as they have all year. A big scoop and score of over 60 yards to get them back in it. Had a safety in that one, came up just short, 21-16. Here we go again, and we have another stoppage.
Talked to Coach K early. He really likes how his defense is melding together as we're moving down now into the middle of the year here, Game 5, and how they're playing with better unity and together. And so much of that has to do with just experience with each other.
Yeah, that was Ben Eck who had the 64-yard scoop and score in that game. They've had a few pick sixes as well. That defense has come up large. Well, State Champs is located on the campus of Lawrence Technological University. They offer over 20 varsity sports, including football. You can recruit yourself at ltuathletics.com.
And I know the Shamrocks throwing the ball a little bit here and there, but you can still see it's the same type of offensive scheme. Take what they give you, eat up the clock, keep the other offense on the sideline, because if they're on the sideline, it's really tough for them to score. So, great job implementing the passing game, but making it that short, little by little, first down after first down. Eventually here, I'm sure they're going to go over and try and hit up over the top.
Well, Coach, and we mentioned their O coordinator, Kevin Glenn, the star from Illinois State and Detroit Toporas, has implemented this new offense and done a great job. This time it's Bile on the move, steps up, fires. He has his man, and that is going to be a touchdown. CC hammering Davenport.
And I'll tell you what, you're going to watch the QB play here. He's going to step up. He's going to keep his eyes down the field. And he's going to get a strike out of a receiver who understands on that scramble drill. Get in front of the quarterback. Make sure you're visible, and let's see what can happen. I'm going to guess this flag might be, unless it's early, for a little dance he did in the end zone, and I'm sure Coach will have a discussion or two about this.
Yeah, and we're probably going to get another look at it right here. Excellent moves, but that might draw you a flag. I love the way Declan, his decision on that to step in and then throwing across his body. That's why this guy is so revered, isn't he?
Well, again, it's something that he works on all summer long. That doesn't happen by accident. He's thrown that ball 10,000 times over the summer. He's eyes down the field, guys coming to me. I don't need to be in perfect balance. I know how to throw the football, and right in his hands. And that becomes a 6-pointer, and then there's the point after for 7.
Yep, Lucas Moscone adds point number 7. CC striking first. We told you about how explosive they could be. They do it on their first drive. After being pinned deep, after what you mentioned, that fair catch, they made it the entire way, 95 yards.
And that's the way you want to do it. And, as an offensive person, you say to yourself, all right, we get 95 of offense yards coming here. Let's go make it happen. They're perfect in the throwing game. They overcome a big penalty of 10 yards on a holding, which was a little back in the backfield. It's a great job by Catholic Central capitalizing. Again, QB pushing up after a thunderous rush, understands where openings are. His receivers running to him, spot on in the hands, and after that, Cam Davenport with the athleticism just took it right in the end zone. Great opening drive for Catholic Central.
Well, and Coach Davenport's another kid who you have worked with in the offseason. If those who don't know, a quarterback guru. You work with the QBs around the area and their receivers. That's a guy you told me before the game you love that kid. And how about that catch? Beautiful use of the hands to bring it in and go.
He is what you call a hands catcher, and that's one of the best type of receivers to have, because no matter what's going on, he's going to get his hands shot out there and make sure it happens. And sure, right there, right into the hands. And I had several of these guys on a 7-on-7 team, and they are just looking like they've played together a whole lot of times. And you can see that Declan, who works mainly with Devin Gardner, doing a phenomenal job putting what he has done all summer, all winter, and applying it to the game here today.
Yeah, Devin Gardner and his young go-getters doing an excellent job all across the Metro Detroit area. So Rice will get another shot. Short kick this time. And this again is going to be great field position for the Warriors. This one brought in by Sam Klein.
I really like that. He just caught the football, got up the field, get as much as I can. And you know what? They're playing on their side of the 50 again. This is the second time. They really need to make something positive happen here and get some points with less than half a field to go.
Absolutely. Starting out at the 43-yard line of Catholic Central. You can't ask for much better field position than that. Brother Rice trying to even this one up with 5:42 to play in the first. On first down, pitch goes to Ray, slips a tackle, and he is brought down by number 38. That is Beckler Hauser.
I want to make mention that Mark Gojai is in the game now at QB, and I'm just wondering on that sack if we didn't get a mild concussion or something going on like there. for our QB, Polanyi. I hope that's not the case, but when your second QB comes in the second series, you have to wonder.
Yeah, we did have a flag on the play. So Rice is going to get a couple of extra yards here. They're across the 30 now.
Got to take advantage of this in field position.
You mentioned the quarterback. He is a senior. 5'10", 170 pounds. And when the backup's in there, you run the rock, and this is Nolan Ray. But again, not much doing. Sean Field in there to bring him down, along with Andrew Ross.
Tell you what, they are flying to the ball off that defensive line, which is nothing new here. A little bit of a miss handoff there. Fortunate to get it into Nolan's hands. Again, those repetitions out of the backup players sometimes aren't as much as when you're going with the first stringers, and it was a little bit right there. I'm sure Mark will get into the game, though, and be just fine.
Andrew Labar in motion. They go to Ray again. This time he has a hole, and he does damage. Still on his feet. Bangs his way all the way down to the 5.
Old-fashioned ISO out of the H-back right there. Fan out, block down, bring your H-back up on the linebacker. Nolan hits that hole. Great opening. Good job by the Rice offensive line right there. Just ward him off. Get your great player in a little bit of space. Let him be who he is. Great run. Just outside the 5-yard line on the 5. First and goal.
Rice in business with about 4 to play here in the first. Why not ride him again? Nolan up the gut. This time nowhere to go. A whole lot of blue shirts still pushing him back.
Tough one right there. CC getting in those gaps, playing sound defense. Tough to move him out of there. Big fellas over there. Need to make sure and get a little bit of freedom. You see some penetration right there. Number 56 does a good job getting up the field, Ross. And once you get your hands on them, here come your friends in blue, and they make the play.
So it will be second and goal. Picked up a yard that time. Nolan Ray, number 22, still in there. Let's see if they get it to him again. They do on the pitch, but he loses it. And it is going to be picked up by Javon Massey.
And again,
Brother Rice on the doorstep. Mistake costs him. Shamrocks get it.
You see a high pitch here. You know, everyone's going to say you should catch it, but Nolan's going to have his eyes down the field. He wants to see, where am I going to run? That's a tough one right there. Took his eyes off it just a little bit at the end. Ball on the ground. Really tough turnover as you're on the 5-yard line going in on second and goal. Let's see if the defense can come up and get one of their own here.
Massey and Baydoun both in there diving on the ball. Brother Rice coming up short. That one really had to hurt. Right on the doorstep. So the Shamrocks will have to go a long way again. 96 yards this time. Well, maybe a little less than that after the fumble. 91. Straight up the gut. That is Evan Hager, the junior running back this time. First time we've seen him today.
Well, I tell you, they just get that football and they get going forward. There's just a trust there that my O-line's going to do what they're going to do, and I need to go where I'm supposed to go. And you see positive yards on this, and you can see him opening, tripling down on that odd front, meaning they only have 3 offensive or defensive linemen, and then they spread out from there, get on linebackers, and it's a good gain on first down.
Andre Cade making the tackle. Brings up second and 4. Handoff again, up the middle again, and I believe he got it. Would not go down was Mr. Hager.
And again, 3 defensive linemen against a run game with staunch offensive linemen. Tough to play that. You can see they let a couple guys go in there on the nose. He jumps up to the middle linebacker, and it's never the first hit bringing the running backs down because they just fight for everything they can get.
And Hager's another explosive guy. Against UD Jesuit, 10 rushes for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. have a flag before the play.
Flag on the play.
So you go up the gut a couple times, hit the middle, then put one outside. It's probably an offside call lined up because in high school it automatically stops the play. Sure enough, there it is.
You called it. Offside. So it will be 1st and 5.
First and 5 Shamrocks from their own 26.
This might be one of those shot times by the offense. I know they're running the ball well, but you got some tight coverage on the outside. They might take a shot downfield. Often is the case at this because you know you only have 5 yards to gain in the next few plays.
Yep, you got an extra down basically here. Let's see if they do. Bile will throw, and you called it. Looking long, just overshoots his man, Cam Davenport.
Excellent coverage. Man underneath, safety on top. That's what you want out of Brother Rice. Good job. And again, I know people say the incompletion, but he did a good job. It's either my guy or nobody because it's our ball 2nd and 5, and we're moving the ball well here at the 26-yard line. Smart QBing and a good route by Cam. Just excellent coverage by Brother Rice on that one.
Hager still in the backfield along with Bile. And he gives it to him. Up the middle again. That's a 1st down and a whole lot more. Slips a tackle, and as we said, this dude picks up a lot of yards quick. He did it again right there.
Well, you talked about explosive, and what I really like about him, and you see it out of Jaffer, and I'll tell you what, you'll see it out of every single CC running back. They just go. There's no questions asked. I'm going to run to daylight. My O-line's going to provide it for me. Really nice little step inside. Picked up about 8 more yards there. Excellent run. Got CC on a roll.
Yep, Filer going for the strip there. Got a couple extra yards after the slip tackle.
Going to an empty set, no backs, 5 wide. Always puts a team in a bind defensively.
5 wide for Declan. Quick toss. Got his man out there. That is Cohen again. And he is finally brought down by Ben Eck.
I'll tell you what they're doing here. They said, listen, let's extend our run game even though we're in 5 wide. Throw the short pass. Declan's going to read it right, get it to the outside, so he's running away from the inside defensive players. If you ask the football coach, hey, if you could have a run on 1st down for 7-8 yards, would you take it? They'll take it every single time, and that's what they have here. Looks like it's about 2nd and 3.
We are under a minute to play here in the 1st quarter. CC strikes first on their 1st possession. This is their 2nd after the fumble down inside the 5-yard line.
They really have Rice off balance here, running and throwing the ball both with great proficiency. Excellent blitz right there. Good run blitz. Great win on 2nd down there. Loss of 2.
Not confused that time. Luke Sands in there, stopping him almost even before he even touched that ball.
Yeah, this is absolutely some film study here. Going to bring some people this time, an extra couple of defenders. You can see a little run blitz coming hard with the linebackers. Really nice job by the defensive end there.
And that will be the final play of the 1st quarter after 1 in the 77th Boys Bowl. It's the home team, Detroit Catholic Central, leading Brother Rice 7-0. We'll be right back.
Can see every delicious speck of sesame, garlic herb, and Parmesan? That is what flavored crust should look like. Crust so irresistible that if pizza could eat pizza, it would be this pizza. Can you imagine how good a pizza would have to be for it to eat itself? Talk about irresistible. Now get an irresistible meal deal for any budget starting at just $5.99.
Hungry?
Howie!
We view technology a little differently at Lawrence Tech's College of Architecture and Design. We believe it makes lives better, more beautiful, that it enables people to connect and empowers them to create. We see technology as a reflection of people at their best, and that it should be designed to make us more human, not less. Come redefine technology with us at LTU's College of Architecture and Design.
Welcome back to the 77th Annual Boys Bowl here at Detroit Catholic Central. It is the Shamrocks leading their arch rival 7-0 after the first quarter. CC going for its 7th straight win in this rivalry, which is hard to believe, Popp.
Unbelievable and unprecedented. The 6 itself, pretty amazing. And they're, honestly, in the first quarter, they're owning it right now. Defense has to come up with a big play here.
Here we go on 3rd and 5. Declan Bile looking back at the bench. Getting the play call in. He does have Jaffer next to him. Hager has led the way most of this possession, but the big fella, the senior captain, back in there. Bile throwing, and he's looking deep. He had his man out there. That was Raid Zerke, but just over his head. And now let's head down to the sideline. And the third member of our team, Genna Rose.
Covered on the play by Ben Eck, Alfredo Velasquez.
We've had 86 players go on from the Catholic League to play in the NFL, 11 of those graduating from Catholic Central. The first one playing for the Lions in 1947, and the most recent one in 2015, Mike Martin, who played for the Tennessee Titans. Now switching over to the Brother Rice side of things, we've had 10 go on to play in the NFL, and one of the more famous ones that you might remember, TJ Lang, who spent a majority of his career with the Green Bay Packers, then ended it here in Detroit, and of course now filling in for the Chicago Bears, we have Larry Borum, who was a graduate of Brother Rice. So plenty of fun going on here from the Catholic League to the NFL, sending it back to the booth.
Absolutely unbelievable when you think about all the guys who have gone on to the NFL from these two schools. Just one currently playing, the rookie, Larry Borum, as we talked about. Almost got $4 million here in this summer, so he's doing pretty good.
Not too shabby. Larry, it's a very interesting story. There was one time I passed on a few bucks so he could take his mom to P.F. Chang's, which was her favorite restaurant. And I said, one day, young man, you're going to do this same exact thing. And guess what? I bet he's going to do that a lot with any dollar that he gets. He's an incredible young man.
Absolutely. Lots of big-time players. We saw you there while Genna was talking. DCC had to kick it away. So Rice gets another chance here to tie it up.
And again, pretty doggone good field position. They need to take advantage of this.
Coming around the left side, right side, I should say, is La Canaria dancing, but he had nowhere to go, and the blue shirts get him.
And again, you're going to see that the defensive line and the players, they're going to play what's called flat for Catholic Central. They're not going to just sprint up the field. They're going to start closing on, making sure they turn them back into their friends, and then everyone else runs flat, and then pretty soon you end up corralling the great athlete. And a good job right there. Lucky to hold on to that football. It's a good job by Cole to squeeze that at the end.
No, I didn't hear you. I heard you down.
So once again, Gojai is in at QB. Filling in for Polanki. He's going to fire it for the first time today. Maybe not. Going to tuck and run. He gets hit and brought down at the 38.
Good decision there. I like the fact that he just tucked that football, got what he can positively. They have an opportunity here on 3rd down to get a first down. Looked like they were going to use Nolan as a receiver out there, and I think CC just backed away off him because he was running a go route. And a good job by Gojai there to get some positive yards. And again, give them an opportunity on 3rd down. 6 yards to go.
Beckler Hauser, speaking of 38, making the tackle. So it is 3rd and 6 to go. Another pitch. This time Ray grabs it, but this time he is brought down by a whole lot of blue shirts. They're going to have to kick it away again. Braden Corser in there on the tackle.
They're doing a little bit of an old-fashioned option here with the late toss. You can see he's going to read number 6. If he comes at me as the quarterback, I'm going to pitch it. If he goes for the Nolan Ray, the running back, I'm going to keep it. They need a little better blocking on the edge there, but I like the concept of the play. But again, this game is 11 people right, orchestrated to do a good job, and we have success. If not, then we don't. We saw it right there.
So Rice kicks it away. Good kick. Going to be taken by Owen Semp at the 30. Zach Moritis and a couple other guys trying to bring him down. Coach, real quick on Rice here. Obviously, your quarterback touches the ball every single time. Major loss when you have to bring in the backup. What changes here? If you're the coach, how much do you have to change your game plan?
Well, you come in with a game plan, and then you've got to alter it because, again, you don't have the same repetition. You don't have the same skill set out of the kid who comes in as your backup. I know Gojai's played for them in the past, so that's a positive that he's had some experience. But at the same time, you have suited this game to Polanki, and right now he's not in there. And, again, we're going to try and find out what happened.
Handoff goes to Hager. Once again, picks up a ton of yards on first down all the way to the 44.
And some people might wonder how come Jaffer's not in there, because he also plays on defense. He's a defensive back, and I know Rice's wide receivers are running deep to run off quite a bit. So, but boy, when you can bring in Mr. Hager to get up in there, and again, he just hits the hole full bore and just does not go down easy, and they love that toughness, so keep playing him.
You know, and he's a heck of a defensive back as well, a 3-year starter for the Shamrocks.
Absolutely, and a lot of these kids will go both ways because they're such good football players, and you got to utilize your best.
So here comes Hager again. This time he is met and driven back and slammed to the turf. Number 45, that is Andrew Labar.
You can see a really nice job here. Again, a little bit of a run blitz there by the Mike linebacker. Closes that gap in a hurry. And then, man, they get their excellent job. 44 flying up in there.
Yeah,
Mr. Fortino did a nice job on the secondary look there as Ryan Irvin did a good job plugging that up.
Yeah, Fortino is a guy too, Coach, that Coach K absolutely loves Fortino.
Absolutely. You could see right there, again, his toughness. And, again, after that great blitz, number 23, Mr. Manelli came up in there and stuffed the gap, and then 44 comes in right after them to clean that up.
And we have a sideline warning. That was the flag and the delay here. So it will be now 3rd and 6 from the Rice 35, and we have another whistle.
Sideline warning.
Sideline warning against the defense again.
And that is 2 in a row. So that's going to move the ball down the field.
Got to make sure you stay back because you cannot get in the official's way. They're trying to make sure that an official who's running up and down the sideline doesn't run into anybody because he's not focused on anyone on the sideline. He's watching the game, as he should be, but it needs to be safe. And I believe we're going to get a unsportsmanlike on the sideline here, possibly on Coach K.
Yeah, you can see him at the top of your screen at about the 38. Coach K not happy at all with those. It went from 3rd and 6 to 3rd and 1, and now we're going to move about 15 yards down the field. I'll tell you what, Coach, as a guy who's been on the sidelines Friday nights here all season, that is something they are paying a lot more attention to this season, and I've never seen this before. I saw a ref running down the field after a long pass completely blindside a guy who was just standing on the sideline.
You just can't do that. You put the ref in a terribly dangerous position. You just can't do that. And we as coaches all need to adhere to that rule of get off the sideline, get in the coach's box during the play, let it happen, and then go coach.
Here comes Declan. Rolling to his right. He fires long. Got a man out there just out of the hands of Connor Cohen.
Well, I'll tell you what, nice little boot pass there. The flat route was taken away. I thought he was going deep to the angle. He was throwing to Connor, who's a sure-handed receiver, to make a good big play. Nice job again, Declan keeping his eyes downfield. And you can see he does not stop to throw the ball. He continues on the run. Really nice opportunity there to make a big play. Again, go for that shot after a couple of penalties on Rice. Now you're at 2nd and 10.
Well, Coach, we have some bad news to report. Polanki not in the game, and he may be out for a while. Initial word is a broken collarbone.
When he got slammed to the turf in a sack, I was wondering if something was going on, and sure enough, I bet that's what it was. Nothing intentional, nothing malicious, just a hard tackle. But sometimes you land funny on a shoulder, and that's exactly what happens.
Obviously, that is just a quick diagnosis. I'm sure he will be heading to a medical facility. Great catch. You talk about hands catch. There's your guy. That's what he does, doesn't he, Mr. Davenport?
Those white gloves just swallow that ball up, and you just love to see it, especially out of a young guy, high school football player, learning to use his hands. They love that in college. But again, look where the football is. It's out, away from the defense. Cam just knows that's what's going to happen, and there's success there. Now you got second down, a little bit long.
2nd and 10, they're going to call it. Ben Eck on the tackle. Bile with Hager next to him. Here comes the rush. He does get it off to Cohen, and he breaks free across the 30, and that'll be another Shamrocks first down.
Again, great job here, I think, of calling this screenplay. It's 2nd and 10, so it's not 3rd and long quite yet. Big rush. Declan is just patient, waits for the O-line to get out in front of Cohen there. And again, a hands catch becomes a first down and 10. Again, I think the CC offense has Rice a little off balance here with the run inside, the run outside, and then throwing the ball short, screens, and then sometimes down the field.
And again, Declan doing a great job with big Christian Peters coming after him to just dump that thing down.
You could see a great rush. One of those defensive lineman drills, though, if they let you go, it's probably on purpose. And this hard to halt yourself.
On first down, Declan looking downfield, pointing to where to go. He's looking to the end zone, has a man, but overshoots Owen Sim.
And again, as you watch this here, there's just absolutely no panic. This is what a senior will give you. He's just poised. He takes over what's in front of him. He knows he's going to get hit. Quarterbacks get hit on those kinds of plays. It's an extended play. My guy or no guy, and Owen making an excellent effort right there. They took his first read away, Rice's defense did, so he had to go secondary, so it's a good job on that end. And then at the end there, staying with the receiver who's trying to get in front of his face. Good defensive play right there, 2nd down and 10.
I like this offense so much, Coach, because they can run the same play from like 5 or 6 different looks, and it's the exact same play.
And that's what you want for your offensive linemen. They don't make any changes. Everybody else does, and it looks different, but it's the same blocking scheme, which means in practice they continuously are working the scheme again and again and again, which builds that chemistry and unity. I think they moved a little early there or called the timeout.
Yeah, everybody's gathering up, so I do believe there is a timeout on the field. If we can quickly go back to the quarterback situation, though, absolute heartbreaker for a young guy who was playing pretty well after being thrown into this role this year.
Absolutely doing a great job. His team at 3-1, and again last week was just a tough Catholic League division loss to De La Salle. They had opportunities, so he's probably feeling a little bit in the groove. And then early on ends up going out, and that is really tough, especially on him, because this is the game that you want to play in.
Absolutely. Well, do you want some free food? Hungry Howie's and State Champs have a great offer for you. Your next order? Do it on hungryhowies.com and use the special code CHAMPS. You will receive 1 free order of Howie's bread. Some restrictions do apply. So we have 5:28 to play here before halftime. CC with a 7-0 lead over Brother Rice. They are on the move one more time at the 28-yard line. Declan Bile working his team down the field once again. Cam Davenport having a huge game. He's got a touchdown in this one.
Defense really needs to step up here, Ryan. Need a stop here.
And especially for their offense.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Hand off to Sim. Dropped it, but it came right back to him. And he is driven out of bounds after a gain of a couple.
So this is one of those situations where you say, oh, how lucky this, how lucky that. Rice puts the ball on the ground. CC's right there to pounce on it. Ball goes on the ground for Catholic Central, pops right back up to him. But look at the blocking. There's nobody near him. So he has an opportunity to relax, pick the football up, run, as if nothing had happened. It's not about luck. It's about being where you're supposed to be.
Absolutely. Great call there, Coach. He could have just fallen on it, and no one would have been near him to touch him. But, yeah, gets that bounce right back up into his gut, picks up a couple. It'll be 3rd and 4 now.
Need to get a stop here. You can see they're calling the play from how Rice lines up defensively upstairs.
It goes to Jaffer. He gets to the 20, but I think he's going to be short. Yep, right at the 20-yard line. So that will bring up a 4th down, and let's see what the Shamrocks decide to do.
I'm going to guess they're going to go for it here. They've got both facets of the game going really well. And I think Coach Glenn would do maybe what he would have done as a QB, maybe a little rollout, give options. However, they got a great kicker. So, silly me, they're going to go for 3, get the points, and try and make it up, go 10-0.
Lucas Moscone out to boot this one.
And he was booting some in pregame, Ryan, just like he's a college kid.
This one is up, and it is through. 3 more on the board for the home team. CC takes a 10-0 lead late now here in the first half with 4:28 to play. You like that decision, take the points.
I take the points. I think it's great for CC because they are in control offensively. But the other side of the coin is, hey, Rice kept them out of the end zone, and it was a must-stop situation. Good job by the defense there rallying.
This Boys Bowl broadcast brought to you by the Visual Pro Home Inspections. Get the peace of mind you deserve when purchasing your next home. Scheduling your home inspection couldn't be any easier. Go to homeinspectionschedule.com. What are you telling your guys, Coach, if your brother Rice on the sideline? You've lost your quarterback. Offense has stalled since then. We had a fumble down deep in our own territory. We had to kick it away. What are you telling your guys?
Well, right now, the O-line coach and Coach K are talking to the O-line and saying, listen, we've got a great running back. You have got to make sure we create some creases so Nolan can pick up a yard. That's where we got to make hay. There's 4:28 left here. We know CC gets the ball. This is a time where Brother Rice must have some points on the board to make some damage here.
So after the field goal, Moscone will kick it away, the senior. Dropped there on the kick, but picked back up. And how about this? A little space. Once again, 3rd straight time, the Warriors going to have great field possession.
Tell you what, often is the case, and it's just the oddest thing where a drop or a mishandle picked up, and then a runner getting some space ends up with a couple of blocks there. And again, they are on the right side, close to the 50-yard line with a pretty short field. Got to make something positive happen here.
But once again, you're seeing it right here, Coach. They're going the other way. So it is not positive. After the nice run by Bortolotti, they got to go backwards inside the 30. They're going to begin here at about the 23. And here comes Ray. That guy is the guy they're going to need to really step up, Coach.
Absolutely. And again, O-line does a nice job there of just creating a little crease. Just get him a little bit. He'll bounce this outside. Let that man go, get down the field.
Braden Corser again with a nice tackle.
Good job right there. We did not make a hold penalty. When a man runs away from you, let him go and take the yardage gained.
It'll be 2nd down, 3 to go. Just across the 30 now. Gojai has Ray back there with him. He gets it. He picks up the 1st down across the 35 to the 36.
Again, a nice job by the O-line. All they need to do is seal some people off, let him be the athlete he is. Good, strong, quick runner. He's going to touch a lot the rest of this afternoon, I can tell you that right now. And Rice is saying, hey, let's keep going, O-line. Let's keep going.
clock is stopped at 3:29, so plenty of time for Brother Rice to continue this march down the field.
Got to put one in. So everyone is thinking, got to put one in here.
Here comes Ray again, but this time he is brought down in the backfield.
So again, back to that theory where the defensive line stays flat. It's called gap sound. You want to be in the gap you're supposed to defend, and then when it moves, you slide flat. You don't create any space for the running back. 56 does a great job there closing the A gap, and then your boys rally and get a tackle, and ends up being for a loss there.
Colin Lassie brings him down, but great job by Sean Field to hit him first. That pass fired across to Savi, but it is in and out of the hands.
Really like the play here. Little play action. You've had some very positive runs, and Gojai puts it right in his chest. Got to make this catch for your offense and your team, right in the hands. Even though he's in a tight window with some defenders, you're going to get tackled anyway, and Zave is an excellent receiver, getting looked at by several SEC teams, the Big Ten teams. Got to make that play.
Absolutely, especially given the situation. His quarterback fired a bullet in there to him, and instead it'll be 3rd and 9. Another flag on the play. Had quite a few so far here in the first half.
Yeah, this is tough. Really interrupts any type of flow.
2:30 to play in this one. Little discussion. Looks like we have maybe a problem with the gear or something, Coach.
All I can think of is some type of pad or mouthpiece issue.
Yeah, Doherty had to come off the field. As you see, Christian Peters running on the field to fill that guard position.
No penalty.
They say no penalty.
Before the play, yep.
Maybe a mouthpiece issue, not quite sure, but I do believe it was an equipment issue. So here we go on 3rd and 9. Gojai dumps it down, got his man. That's Henry Garrity. But he is going to be right near that stick, but I think a hair short.
Yeah, he's going to be just a little short. Really like this call. Little tight end screen. Rice has had this in a package so often. Let some people run. Of course, Nolan Ray is the objective for the defense to stop. The big number 5'4" is going out there because Nolan was going out there, which is exactly what you want your D-line to do, not just run. Mr. Baydoun did a good job, but they brought the tight end inside. Going to be 4th down. I like the decision here by Coach. Got to have something positive here. 1:40 to go in the half.
You don't need a lot of yards. You need about half of one. With that clock ticking, little something positive is what they're hoping for. But it looks like we are going to get a timeout before the play. Third and final timeout here. 1:33 to go. Coach, you like the decision to go. You need something positive. Go heading into the locker room.
Yeah, I'll tell you, you just know they're getting the football back. You have a little bit of time left. Your defense did a good job holding them a field goal. All that comes into, but then you got to say to yourself, look, we have Nolan Ray. We must be able to get a yard and a half here. Our O-line is doing a great job in this drive. Let's ride them, make something positive happen, continue on, get some points. After this first down, might have to play a little fast, quicker with the signals coming in for the play as a no huddle. But they've done this often. They're a no huddle team anyway, so that shouldn't bother them at all.
If you're CC, you expect Nolan Ray to get the ball here. Any other possibilities you might look out for?
Absolutely. Right now, you actually might get some type of, we're under center here. Good old-fashioned ball. See what happens. Trying to draw him offside.
Going for the hard count. Gojai back under center now. Hard counting again, but the Shamrocks are not biting.
Looks like they're going to decide to punt.
And look at the excitement from the CC players as they head back to their bench. Delay of game. So Rice will back up 5 and they will kick it away.
So they took a timeout, thought better of it, and said, listen, punt the ball down. If we end up not getting it, we give a potent offense the ball on the other side of the 50, and we just don't need to do that right here.
Absolutely. So here comes the punt. Another good one. And it's going to be brought in at the 26, so 74 yards. Owen Simp calling for the fair catch. This is an offense, as we keep saying, only $1:21 to go, but they can put points on the board in $1:21.
And I'll tell you what, again, this is a situation that's so vastly different. There's no huddle going on. They're just going to get the signal in quicker. Obviously now it's a stop clock situation, so they can take their time, but they're going to just do what they do just a little faster. Again, having that senior quarterback, third-year player is just huge in here right now because he's the field general. And again, well-studied, great offensive line, great cast of receivers, and a great running back. They're going to be just fine.
Looking long, looking down the sideline. I was about to say we haven't called his name, and he is Owen Simp, and he is gone. Touchdown, CC. They didn't need $1:20. They needed 10 seconds to find the paint again.
What an excellent catch here. Great job by Owen, focusing on that ball, tracking it the whole way. The defender is right there. Good job putting the ball outside, and we say that, so it's away from the defenders. Great job. Again, you can see how that's to the outside shoulder of the receiver, and he does an awesome job of bringing that thing down and finishing it up with speed.
Up and over Jaden Johnson to bring it in. And, Coach, as I said, they've done a very good job so far on Simp. He is their big play, big hitter guy. They hadn't done it yet. Boom. When they need it, they got it.
I'll tell you what, when you are a team that gets a break here and there, that's what you do, and you're up 10. You know you're getting the ball. The coach says, hey, let's try and get one deep. Throw it to our guy who can run with anybody. Really fast 100-meter sprinter. Great job catching the football, and then again, finishing the play.
17-0. Just like that, when you talked about Rice needing something to feel good about heading into the locker room, man, it's 180 the other way.
100%. And I have to make mention, because I often do this. Declan will tell you, and be the first one to tell you, my O-line gave me forever to stand back there and survey what's going on. It gave me an opportunity.
This Boys Bowl broadcast is brought to you by Candice Rich Luxury Homes. Experience luxury service without compromise. Let her open the door to your next real estate move. You can call Candice direct at 248-724-6124. You can also visit her website, CandiceRich.com.
So now Rice's situation, they've got a couple of good returns. They're hoping for another one here to try and flip that script. Again, try to get something positive at the end of the half. One play cannot determine the outcome of a game, and that's what they're going to look at when they talk also at half.
And this one's booted away. Brought in and across the 30. Once again, Rice is going to have some decent field position. This is Braden Dowd doing it this time. Will they finally be able to take advantage? They will have to do it with the backup quarterback, Mark Gojai. As you heard earlier, or if you're just now joining us, Hunter Polanki, we hear a broken collarbone on the first series of the game. And the Rice offense has sputtered since then. Nolan Ray doing as much as he can.
Really tough on the entire team when your starting QB goes down. Got to make something positive happen here. I think they flinched.
Coming up at halftime, we will check out the presentation from the Detroit Catholic Central Marching Band. We will also give you an update on our Mr. Football and our Anvil Awards. That is coming up right here on State Champs Game Time Live.
Little flinch out of a receiver there.
Gojai looking long this time. He's got a man out there, and this time Savi Bowman does bring it in.
And that's what they're used to out of Zave right there. Tough catch, well defended. But you know what? Track the football, make a play. Now they got an opportunity here to put something in the end zone. Good job by Gojay. Get the ball out there. Let them have an opportunity. You can see, again, the ball is to the outside of the field. That's always so important. We work on QBs. Putting the ball outside is as important as getting it deep.
Another one, this time to La Canaria. He decided to try to run through the wall, got brought down by Ray Zerke, but not after another big gain.
But again, I like this. It's quick, get the ball out, playmaker in space. We need to do this a little bit more often. Gojai staying in there. Excellent job, little corner route.
And La Canaria gets brought down at about the 13, but once again, this Rice offense is making it happen. The clock is moving, though, at 30. Here comes Nolan Ray trying to break free, but he is brought down at the 8.
Got to hustle up here. Got to hustle up. That's why you throw the ball, because it's an opportunity to stop the clock if you don't have success. Need to
and
get
also
this going.
An inexperienced quarterback here running this 2-minute offense. The clock down to 10. They're still trying to figure out the play. Down to 7 seconds. Gojai throws it to the outside shoulder. Luckily, Cole La Canaria does get out of bounds. They say no, he doesn't. And that's going to do it. The clock has hit 0. Rice on the move. And they get stopped again around the 5-yard line. Valiant effort, Coach, by Brother Rice. But again, they're now into the locker room down 17-0.
Yeah, that's a tough one. They took a long time getting that play in. Again, and you know, the second QB just doesn't have as many reps in practice. We kind of see the results right there. It's nothing on him whatsoever. We're going to go down to Genna Rose, who has Coach Anderson.
And Coach, before we do that, people at home may be wondering, well, why didn't they call timeout? Our graphic did say they had one left. Brother Rice was out of timeout, so that's why. Not sure why they said he was still in bounds there. Should have been left with maybe a second or two. Not quite sure.
It was a forward progress issue is what the ref will tell you, because he wasn't moving on his own.
Gotcha. Well, we now do have our own Genna Rose. She is down at the sidelines with Coach Anderson.
We are now joined by Catholic Central head coach Dan Anderson. You're coming into the Boys Bowl. You know that there's plenty of energy. How does your team still rely on that confidence from winning 6 in a row, but also not get too cocky?
Yeah, we talked about that all week. The fact that we have to come in and play. You know, it's Brother Rice CC, which is always a heck of a game, a heck of a matchup, and so we kind of made them stay down to earth with the whole thing.
And at Brother Rice, their quarterback, Hunter Polanki, he was pulled out of the game. You see Mark Gojai come in. What adjustments did you have to make?
We just got to keep doing what we do. You know, we can't worry about what they're doing. We got to worry about ourselves, you know, and keep playing defense.
And lastly, your quarterback threw a 74-yard bomb to get the touchdown. How do you build on that momentum in the second half?
Yeah, we come out with the ball second half, so we got to take the ball and move down the field and score. You know, because it's one of those games that you just never know what's going to happen. So,
well, definitely a fun one to watch. Thank you for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, sending it back to you guys in the booth.
All right, thank you, Genna. He said it all right there. Yeah, their quarterback is out, but this is the game here. We got to keep our foot on the gas no matter what, because a lot of times some strange things do happen in this game. We got to keep our foot on the gas no matter what.
Absolutely, and again, we'll go back to the 2 fumbles that could have happened. Rice puts it on the ground going in on the 5, and it gets recovered by CC. CC gets it down. There's nobody around Owen. He ends up picking the ball up, gets a positive gain. That's just the funny bounces of football and what happens. Really good job of Coach having us understand, look, it's about what we do and nobody else.
Absolutely, Coach. 17-0 here at halftime. And right now, let's take a listen to the Detroit Catholic Central Marching Band.
You see that? How you can see every delicious speck of sesame, garlic herb, and Parmesan? That is what flavored crust should look like. Crust so irresistible that if pizza could eat pizza, it would be this pizza. Can you imagine how good a pizza would have to be for it to eat itself? Talk about irresistible. Now get an irresistible meal deal for any budget starting at just $5.99.
Hungry?
Howie! Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
State Champs Michigan Extra Point is where high school football fans go to get their news. Premiering Thursdays on the State Champs app and across the network, Extra Point features highlights, analysis, great interviews, and more. Don't forget to listen to the companion audio podcast on Spreaker or wherever you get your podcasts.
We view technology a little differently at Lawrence Tech's College of Architecture and Design. We believe it makes lives better, more beautiful, that it enables people to connect and empowers them to create. We see technology as a reflection of people at their best, and that it should be designed to make us more human, not less. Come redefine technology with us at LTU's College of Architecture and Design.
Visual Home Inspections, a proud sponsor of the Boys Bowl. Get the peace of mind you deserve when purchasing your next home. Scheduling your home inspection couldn't be any easier. Go to www.homeinspectionschedule.com. Candice Rich Luxury Homes. Experience luxury service without compromise. Let her open the door to your next real estate move. Call Candice direct at 248-724-6124 or visit her website, CandiceRich.com.
Do you know the biggest difference between a pickup game and organized high school sports? The answer is obvious. It's officials. School sports is more than just kicking a ball or running fast. They're an extension of a student's education and the classroom. An official can help teach the importance of following the rules, impartiality, and most importantly, fairness.
Captain of the football team, correct? Represents leadership and sportsmanship, right? You guys set the good examples for your fellow teammates, okay? All right, we have a problem with one of your fellow teammates, we'll come and ask you to take care of the problem, okay?
But the need for officials has never been greater. There are some benefits to becoming an official, like staying in shape, staying involved in the sports you played as a young person, networking, and of course, you can earn some pretty good extra money while doing all of that. It's easy to sign up. Just go to MHSAA.com/officials and click register now. Now is a great time for you to get involved in your community and give something back to our kids. There's help wanted. We need you to whistle. For more information, visit our website at MHSAA.com.
Hey guys, what's up Michigan? Welcome back inside the State Champs Sports Network studio for another update in the State Champs Mr. Football Race presented by Hungry Howie's. My name is Lauren Plant. Let me tell you, it's great to be back in the saddle, sitting here with my man Sean Belesian as we break down another player in this competition. And I'll tell you what, Sean, of course, midway of the season, this is when the rivalries get going. This is when I think we're really going to see those certain few players that every year start rising to the top. And I'll tell you what, Grand Blanc is a program that is on the rise, and their guy, Elijah Jackson Anderson, the fine running back, is one who I think could have some real legs in this competition.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Grand Blanc having an outstanding start, highly ranked, a huge win last week over Davison. They've been waiting for that one. And as you mentioned, Elijah playing a big part of that. That's what this kid does. Take a look at what he's done this year. Each and every week, he is contributing big time to a highly ranked team. And Lauren, as we talk about so often, you can work your way on this list. And a lot of times it has to do when you're playing for a heck of a team. And that's exactly what you're seeing out of the Bobcats right now.
Absolutely, and the community's been coming out for Elijah, which is great. He's got 1,100 votes as of taping on Wednesday, and so, but we want to send a shout out to that Grand Blanc community. We know you Bobcats love your Cats as much as you can, and we need your votes for Elijah. So go to statechampsnetwork.com. Just click on the Mr. Football banner there right on the homepage. Go and give your man, show him some love. And we'll see how things break out. Next week, we do have a new entry into the competition. Christian Stokes from Harper Woods is now in the competition, the West Virginia commit. He's already got like nearly 1,000 yards heading into week 5. So we'll talk about him next week.
Hey volleyball fans, I invite you to check out State Champs Michigan's brand new show, Above the Net. It's all about the action on the hardwood, news, highlights, interviews, and more. Join me and my co-host Vince Muscat every Friday for the first high school volleyball show of its kind. It's Above the Net, all season long and only on the State Champs Sports Network.
What's up, Michigan? Time for another update in the State Champs Anvil Award presented by Hungry Howie's. I'm Lauren Plant. It's good to be back, and it's always good to have former Canton frontman and Michigan High School Hall of Fame coach Tim Beckler joining us for another player breakdown. All right, Tim, you know, this has been an interesting contest thus far. Generally, we don't start to really see changes in this competition until right around this time of the season. Now, we have no changes as of yet, but I believe that will change shortly. Nearly 5,000 votes have been cast overall, so we thank you, the fans. A large number of them going to the guy Coach Beckler's talking about today. The definition of a dual threat. This guy can hurt you on offense, but his stock, especially when it comes to the next level, will be on defense. From Traverse City Central, Josh Burnham.
Yeah, this young man is a heck of a football player. Love his size. He's 6'4", 215. So what does that mean for next year? He could weigh 250 and still keep his speed with that frame he's got, or he could stay light. But you know, he's got a great body. He's jack of all trades. Quarterback. He's punted the ball. He's lined up at tailback. He's lined up at wide receiver. He's just a great football player. He's also plays basketball. I love those dual sport athletes. His coach says he's a humble, high character young man, and he really cares about his teammates, and he sounds like a perfect addition to Notre Dame. What does the film tell me? Defensively, he's a great football player. Obviously, he can do everything on both sides of the ball, but defensively, with that frame and his speed, he's a real sideline to sideline player, and he's an absolute technician when it comes to tackling. Great form tackler, and he is physical. But what I like is he's great in space. You can put him out there in the flat, wide side of the field. Quarterback's got to throw around him, over him, and he can just get deflections, get picks, and he's a force to be reckoned with.
Central will be a threat in Division II come the postseason. Coach Beckler will be back next week as we talk up another candidate, maybe a new candidate, to take home this year's Anvil Award. It's important you vote for your guy. The leading vote getter can never be removed. Currently, that is Orchard Lake St. Mary linebacker Jordan Cannon. Vote now by going to statechampsnetwork.com. Click on the contest tab. Vote as often as you like. And as a thank you, we want to give you free food. Hungry Howie's and State Champs have an offer for you. Order your next meal at hungryhowies.com. Use the special code CHAMPS to receive one free order of Howie bread. How's that sound, Coach?
Sounds really good. I like pizza.
Yeah, me too. Some restrictions do apply.
Hey everyone, I'm Genna Rose with an exciting announcement. State Champs and our parent company, Yellow Flag Productions, are launching a platform that fills a gap in the high school sports coverage and recruiting process. Introducing SCW State Champs Women, the high school sports and recruiting platform designed for the female athlete. While long overdue, women's sports are finally beginning to gain the attention they have always deserved. One example is the 2021 NCAA Women's Basketball Tournament. Ratings were at the highest level in over 7 years. And for the first time, all of the tournament's games were televised nationally. Over the past 20 years, State Champs has always made it a core part of its mission to highlight the achievements of Michigan high school girls teams and student athletes. As we begin our 4th year covering the state of Indiana and our 2nd in the state of Ohio, State Champs is the only outlet that consistently showcases female sports all school year long. Did you know that roughly 84% of sports fans claim to be equally interested in watching women's sports? Half of these fans being females themselves. Our viewership numbers prove that. As we dive into this exciting endeavor, SCW is committed to showcasing female high school sports in the tri-state area. While a dedicated offshoot of the State Champs Network website is being developed, the SCW social media channels will soon start filling up with a variety of high school girls sports content. We invite you to follow, like, and subscribe to our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube channels. We also want to connect with you on the kind of content you'd like to see presented on SCW, so let us know. State Champs is once again changing the game. State Champs W is here to stay. Enjoy.
Now it is time to discover what Bernie is burning on.
Well, like we said at the beginning of the show, lots of great two-sport athletes going bonkers on the gridiron. Just dynamic dual threats, some rare athletic gems dripping with finesse. Let's start with baseball studs doing the job on the football field. Big-time powerhouse baseball recruits that are having great senior seasons or junior seasons on the gridiron. Parker Pico and Evan Hager are both Alabama baseball recruits. Parker Pico is the quarterback for Rochester Adams, is just lightning in a bottle. I don't think anyone saw Rochester Adams being a top 10 team in the state this year, but they are. Took care of West Bloomfield, the defending state champs, in week 1 because of Parker Pico. Evan Hager has kind of come out of nowhere, made his name on the baseball field last spring, took Catholic Central to a district title, and then committed to Alabama. This year he's playing slot back, getting touches, both carries and passes, and Catholic Central is playing really well. That offense is humming, and Hager's one of the big reasons why that offense is really hitting its stride now in the midpoint of the season. Tate Farquhar, the RPO specialist, RPO magic, just oozing out of this kid. He's going to Michigan State to play baseball, but has recently said that he is open to taking football offers, so he would be possibly willing to switch sports at the next level if some football scholarships come his way. He was just spectacular last season, leading his Lakeland team to an LVC title. This year, picked up right where he left off. You have to account for him every play. Reminds me of Russell Wilson or Drew Brees. A couple more baseball guys to look at that could be playing baseball or football at the next level. Brandon Mann, the quarterback for Country Day, won a state championship last year, just a physical specimen, will most likely be playing football at the college level. His brother's playing baseball at Duke right now, and he's quite the outfielder for the Country Day baseball team. And then Hunter Ames, the quarterback at Grand Blanc, most likely will be playing baseball at the next level, but is just playing some great signal caller for those Bobcats, and really is found a groove and has those Grand Blanc Bobcats really moving and grooving as we head towards the finish line. A couple basketball guys to shout out. Chancey Willis, we've known him as one of the best point guards in the PSL. This year he's breaking out as a wide receiver for that King team. Tristan Nichols, another guy for De La Salle, went to the Final Four last year, starting in the front court. Known as a basketball guy, he's really excelling at wide receiver for De La Salle. Xavier Bowman, another wide receiver for Brother Rice. Who knows where he's going to land? He'll be a Division I recruit, both basketball and football. Mike DePillo, quarterback for Clarkston, another great basketball player, but his future is most likely on the gridiron. He can throw a really, really good deep ball, probably the best drop back passing quarterback in Oakland County. And then Anthony Bernard at Grosse Pointe South. He's the quarterback for those South Gridiron Gladiators, but he's also probably the best basketball player in the MAC Red. So lots of dual threat dandies that I love to shout out. Great job, fellas. Keep doing what you do.
Welcome back to the 77th Annual Boys Bowl. It is Detroit Catholic Central leading their arch rivals, Brother Rice, 17-0 as they get ready to kick off the second half. Coach Popp, Ryan Slocum here with you. Genna Rose will be joining us on the sideline. Coach, obviously CC dominating this one, 17-0, but twice Rice had the ball down to the 5, to the 4, and got 0 points out of it. Just your thoughts here heading into the second half.
Well, I think first of all, you know, that you have that happen to you, and it does happen occasionally, not often, a couple of times when you're inside the 5, but they've got to come back. Look, there's a whole half to play. It's 17 points. It's not 35-0. What they need to do first and foremost is let's get a stop and make Catholic Central punt, because we've seen both sides of the tail. They went 95 yards on their first drive, and they've also had big plays that have happened for the the drive right there before the half. So they've done it both ways. Again, defensively is where I believe Rice has to stand up, and then to aid the defense and keep them off the field, they've got to get that run game going, which I know was the plan. Whether your second string guy is in or not, it doesn't matter. You've got to get the run game going, and then sprinkle in some of the quick passes that they did a little bit to move down the field and get inside the 5 right before half.
Yeah, and speaking of second string, if you're just now joining us, Mark Gojai in at quarterback for Brother Rice after the injury. And this is the Shamrocks taking the ball first here in the third. Shamrocks getting it done through the air as we thought they would. 236 total yards, a $180 through the air, and of course a couple of big touchdowns. The 74-yarder to Owen Simp is what made it 17-0.
So often in the pairing of the run game and the pass game, and I believe that's what we've seen. Shamrocks do really well here. Defense has to figure this piece out, get them to punt and get as many opportunities with the offense on the field for Brother Rice.
CC 11 carries for 56 in the first half. This is Evan Hager, and he has nowhere to go.
Nice opening defensive play right there. Good staunch defensive line play. You see number 70 coming down the line really well there, Luke Sands, causing some havoc, making it 2nd and long.
CC getting up to the line quick. Let's see if they look back at the sideline. They do. Coach, quickly if you can, if you are Coach K and you're down 17-0, what did you tell your guys in the locker room?
Defense got to get stops, got to step up to the plate in this big game. O-line got to take over.
See if they can do it on second down. How about that right there? Cam Davenport, the intended receiver, but he is nailed right away by Nathan Swider.
He and Josh Weiler doing a great job back there on that one, coming up strong, knocking that ball out of the hands catcher, Cam Davenport. Really nice job. Makes it 3rd and long. Got to get off the field here. Defense has to get off the field. Let's make the play.
This would be a great start for the Warriors if they can do just that. Deep in their own territory is CC here on 3rd and 9. Declan Bile. Lots of time. Got a man. It's tipped and nearly picked off by Zach. He almost had it. Couldn't bring it in.
Brendan Parent does a nice job tipping this ball. Would have been a really big play if they could have picked this off here. Excellent job. Actually, it's number 10 who gets in there. Andre Cade. Very nice job getting a hand on that one.
Andre getting the mid in there. Connor Cohen was the intended receiver. Zach Moritis, the leading tackler on the team, tried to get it just out of his reach. And CC will have to kick it away. They come after him, nearly get him, but that kick is out of there. And it is going to be a fair catch by Braden Dowd. So once again, here has been another story of this game, Coach. Great field position for Rice so far on nearly every single possession.
It's a great job at the defense first, getting them off the field, make them punt. And then, like you said, this is at least the 3rd time they've started on their side of the 50. They've got to make something happen offensively.
3 and out for CC with a 17-point lead. They have won 6 in a row in this rivalry.
Got to get the offense going here. It's a good place to start with Nolan Ray.
Nearly to the 40 there. Hunter Polanki, if you're just now joining us, out with a broken collarbone. The quarterback will obviously miss the rest of this game. So in is Mark Gojai, trying to lead his team to the come-from-behind victory. The senior heavily relying on his buddy in the back, wearing those deuces. That is Ray. Gojai gonna throw this one. He gets it out there, has a man. Savi, but a little in front of him. There are a few flags out there, though.
Could have a little defensive holding here. It's very possible. Could also have a legal man downfield, as that was an extended play. We'll see what happens here. Good job, though, by Mark getting rid of that ball instead of taking that sack. It is a legal man downfield. Going to take the 5-yard penalty.
So the Warriors will back up again. Taking a look at some of their numbers. Made it down inside the 5 a couple of times, but we told you that they had started with great field position. 113 total yards at the half. 44 of them coming on the ground. Heavy work from Nolan Ray today, and they're going to need him here the rest of the way.
Another mouthpiece issue here. Rice player without a mouthpiece.
And that's Daughtry again. Second time for him.
Got to have that equipment always all set. The good thing is his brother Rice knows and believes they can come back from this. Even though what happened in the first half isn't good, they know they've got the players to do so.
Gojai fires it, but just over the tight end and coming down the seam there.
Boy, do I like that call. Great job. Really got the linebackers all involved. Needed to be just slightly more patient, but again, that's being in there without as many reps during practice, and it's always tough to come in, and it's a huge game, big stage. A little more patience there, and I think they had a big play.
Yeah, he had LeBar right down that seam. That would have been a huge pickup. Easily a first down. It is 4th and 11. They decide to go. Gojai taking him himself, fighting to the 40, but he's going to be about 5 yards short.
I think that was 3rd down, if I'm not mistaken, because they took that penalty earlier. So it's 4th down now and about 5.
Yeah, 4th and 5. Baydoun with the tackle, along with a bunch of other friends.
Good job for Gojai getting real positive yards. I believe that was a broken play. He ended up getting real positive yards, and again, making this an opportunity where they can get it.
You see La Canaria there in the slot. They're going to need him the rest of the way. They hand it off to Ray, and he just runs into a wall. And that'll do it.
Running at the heart of that defense there.
Baydoun again. Coming up pretty excited. He has been all over the field today, Coach.
Absolutely, doing a great job. You can see getting into that guard right there, getting him into the backfield, and then being a part of that tackle. Once you stop that onward front movement of the running back and the guys start coming to rally to the ball, it is really tough to get out of there. Nice defensive line play right there by Baydoun.
Sean Field as well. So they turn it over on down. Speaking of Field, how about this? The senior is the first ever 2-time captain at CC.
In all the years that they've had it, and of course, how fitting is that for the position he plays at the school he plays at to be that guy.
Absolutely.
That's a good job again. They outman us on the edge there with the receivers and not a defensive man out there to keep contained. And of course, Jaffer exposes the opening. Good play on first down.
Pickup of about 5. Man jumped and he knew it right away. Luke Sands.
So what Catholic Central's doing, a lot of teams go to this. They'll go up there, the quarterback will hard count it, and then they'll actually end up getting a play called after if the line doesn't jump. But if you can get them to jump and get a free 5 yards, which is, I believe, happened there. I think they're having a discussion if the center flinched at all, and I think most of the referees are saying, no, sir, he did not. It's offside on the defense.
So we've seen that a couple of times today. Flags really piling up on the Warriors here midway through the third. It'll be a first down now, right there at midfield, right at the 50.
You know, this game is tough enough without giving 3 yards to a good football team, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they don't need any help moving that ball, that is for sure. Declan Biles got him firing on all cylinders right now as he looks to the sideline. He has Spencer Lyons behind him, number 14. Haven't said his name yet today, one of their tailbacks. And they give it to him, but he is hit immediately by Jackson Manelli. Team needed a play, he made one.
Absolutely. Win first down is the objective here. He does a nice job. I believe it's a run blitz again. See, he comes immediately right up in there in the A gap. Unaccounted for by the O-line. Good secure tackle and good rally to the ball.
And that's exactly what you need. The senior firing up. He has never beaten CC in his career. He wants to put an end to that this afternoon. So it will be 2nd and 12. Bile going to throw. He's got a man. It's Simp. Down around the 40 on the other side of the field.
Really nice, looked like a curl route. I'll have to see the full thing, but patience, time in the pocket, O-line protecting, patience, waiting for his man to come back to the ball. Really nice pick up there by the running back. Ball's on time and on target. Good pickup.
Swider with the tackle there, but not after a first down. We have hit the sideline.
I think he hurt his shoulder on that play right there. Did Mr. Swider. They're taking a look at him, I believe.
State champs located on the campus of Lawrence Technological University. They offer over 20 sports, including football. You can recruit yourself at ltuathletics.com. 7:33 now to play in the third. Shamrocks on the move once again.
Defense needs to come up big here and get a stop. No points allowed. Turn the ball back over to the offense.
It'll be first down, just across the 40. Declan looking back at the sideline again. Lyons still in there with him. Gonna throw again. Heavy pressure. Does get the ball away, and he's got a man. Brings it in. Raid Zerke. They're gonna call him down at the 1. But that is a gain of about 40.
The man in his face still gets the ball open. The receiver is well behind the defense on this. Again, hands catch. Way to stay with it. Down on the 1 yard line. Gonna need a goal line stand here.
38 yards on the gain. Coach, we talked about the explosion in the open, and that is really all they have done today. These big splash plays, and it is going to be finished by Lions. Touchdown, CC.
And that's a big score for them because Rice's defense did a great job coming out of half. Got a stop. Then Catholic Central gets the ball back after they make a stop on a 4th down play. And then nice and easy in the O-line, clearing a huge gap. Mr. Lyons exposes it, raises that score 24-0, Shamrocks.
Well, Coach, this is not the game many of us expected, as the kick is up and in. A now 24-0 lead midway through the third. How much do you think, you wouldn't think heads would hang or anything, but when your quarterback goes down on the first series of the game, do you think maybe that hurt the mental of Brother Rice a little bit right out of the gate?
Well, first of all, it's your brother who's going down, and that's part of it. And then now it's the starting quarterback. That said, in this game, which I believe emulates life like crazy, when someone goes down, in particular a key player, other facets of the game have to take over. And unfortunately, that's really not happened. It's actually been a flip of that, where CC then exposed the fact that they're not going to have their number one guy in and started piling on some points. And I'm really glad he made that extra point, because I called 24-0 early, and thankfully he made that. I didn't want to look like a fool. However, right now what Rice is telling their kids, listen, guys, one drive, one score. One drive, one score. One drive, one score. And let's see what happens from there. And that's what they've got to do here with 6:35 in the third, is just get that one score and see if we can't get something rolling.
Well, you got to be impressed with the CC offense so far today, because the Rice defense has played well this season. They have 2 shutouts. They've got a couple of pick sixes. We told you about the 64-yard scoop and score last week. They had a safety last week. They have done very well. Today, though, that long pass has really gashed them.
I also, not only that, the balance. They can run and throw the ball proficiently, and that's always tough to defend.
So here we go once again. Let's see if the Warriors can get great field position. They cannot this time. Little turf monster, and then hit hard as he falls to the ground.
And then one of the fears of a coach is that our guys are going to try and do too much by themselves, not rely on the team. I'm not saying that's what happened here,
sure,
but it's one of those things where just keep doing your job, everybody. Let's get one good drive and one good score, regardless of the time and all that, and see what happens if we're 24/7 and putting a little pressure on them to have to do something. Because to this point, there's been no pressure, and they've just done whatever they choose to do.
So here comes Gojai, the senior. Hands it off. Nolan Ray trying to get the edge, tripped up. Great tackle there by 22. That little shoestring, and who is it? It's Mo Jaffer.
Tell you what, he's a leader on this team. Talking to Declan several times, again, throughout the 7-on-7 season and thereafter. He talks about Jaffer as being that guy. It doesn't matter where they put him at offensive guard, put him at D nose guard, put him in the one technique. He's going to make good things happen. He's that kind of kid. And he shows it every time. Last year he had a phenomenal running game against Brother Rice in the big game. And this year now he's doing it mostly on defense, but has also run very well on offense.
Gojai keeps it himself. Nice little pickup there.
When you run the quarterback, you get that extra blocker, so you're a man up on the defense, and I think they're trying to employ that, as well as use Nolan. You can see Nolan's going to get outside here, try and draw some eyes, and then he's going to take it up. Quarterback's taking it up inside for power, and he does a good job getting what he can get. So when you employ that run, quarterback being a runner, you get the extra blocker.
Pickup of about 3. It's going to be 3rd and 7. Gojai trying to keep this drive alive. Keeps it himself, but no, he's wrapped up right away and brought down. And once again, the Warriors will have to kick it away. Sean Fields been all over the field. Does it again right here.
You can see him just stacking the line. They don't necessarily come, but they're there as bodies. Tries to take it up in the middle, and Mr. Baydoun has made play after play after play, and you'll notice they're not like sprinting up the field. They're just owning their gaps, and that's how defensive plays, building that wall.
Kick is away. Fair catch. And Semp brings it in right at midfield, where CC will try to, as Coach said heading into halftime, keep the pedal to the metal, because you never know what's going to happen in this game.
Boy, as a high school coach, you love to see the punt returner just catch the football. It's about an average of 16 yards on a roll for a punter. when they catch the ball, it's like you've already gained a first down and plus a half. So good job there by Owen, camping under that, catching the football, putting his right at the 50 again of the Shamrocks with half a field to go.
Owen Simp, number 4, really broke this one open. With 1:20 to play in the second quarter, a 74-yard touchdown reception. This is Jaffer, and he is brought down. Great tackle there. Ryan Irvin not letting them get away.
So as an example, Ryan Irvin came to Rice as a quarterback, worked hard, got in the weight room. Coach said, you're probably not going to be one of our QBs. We're going to put you on defense. Nice play right there out of the defensive end position.
Yeah, 6'2", 205 senior defensive end.
Catholic Central now going to take their time here running the next play because they can milk some clock.
2nd and 13 now. Empty backfield for Declan. Slings it out. Tackle slip, then a spin, finally brought down. Brady Blakita.
Nice job by Brady staying up there. It's one of those situations we've got to make this play, make a sure tackle. He gets out of that one. Great job by Filer coming up, and then good hustle by the defense rallying into the ball.
And, Coach, you're seeing guys trying to make plays here. A couple of missed tackles because they were going for the strip. They know they need to get the ball back, and they were trying to, as maybe you said there, do it all at once.
Yep. And a lot of times you say, listen, you're the first guy to secure the tackle. Let that second and third guy be the strip guy. But, again, they're trying to make something positive for the team, so you can absolutely see why they're doing what they're doing.
3rd and 14. Bile going deep. Got a man, but that pass is broken up and nearly picked off. That was Bortolotti. We've said that a couple of times. Filer there. Once again, another attempt on the tip drill. Could not quite bring it in.
See Roderick Chandler right there. Nice job getting there. Almost caught. Then off the helmet. And, boy, if we could have just got this one. Turned the ball over. Good hustle, though. Good coverage. Excellent attempt there by the defense. But they're getting him off the field, forcing him to punt. Good play.
Good stand by the Warriors. Shamrocks have to kick it away here late in the 3rd. And we got a flag. Hungry Howie's is a great partner of the State Champs Network's Mr. Football and Anvil Awards. Vote for your candidates at statechampsnetwork.com. And while you're surfing the web, order the greatest flavored crust pizza I hear on earth. You can do it at hungryhowies.com.
I've had it. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, it is. So this time the kick is away. It is taken inside the 10 by Braden Dowd. Doesn't have much room to work with.
You know, one of the things that all aspects of the game are played well by, disciplined teams. You know, they punt the ball well, they extra point, they kick up, they cover, they do the offense, defense. Little update here, Ryan, on Mr. Football.
You know, we talked about it yesterday during our telecast. How about the colleges over here? Notre Dame a couple of times. Michigan State a couple of times. 3 actually. Notre Dame twice. Central Michigan. We got some good kids up for our awards.
It's absolutely awesome.
So here we go on 1st and 10. It's Nolan Ray. Gain of a few. 2 and 20 to go.
And again, offensively, what you're trying to do here is put a solid drive together, make something positive happen. A big hill to overcome here at 24-0 and NCC playing well. But you got to do what you got to do. And in this case, let's go 90, almost 90 yards and get a touchdown and then see what happens.
And how about Baydoun again? Wreaking havoc. Great job. This is Ray. Like the cut. It's going to be a 1st down for Brother Rice.
Good run there. Excellent job of the O-line. Again, sealing off some bodies. swinging their butt into the hole so their running back can read it. Get up in there, nice little pull, getting outside. Good cut to get into that open space. He's got really good vision. Little slip there and ends up diving forward for a first down.
And we called this game last year, and he was a guy that really stood out to us, Nolan Ray. We talked about his vision and his ability to move those hips, and he is doing it here today. This pass going to be picked off, however, and it is Mike Downs bringing it back into Rice territory. Turnover, not exactly what you needed, and we got a little skirmish down there on the sideline as we look at this once again.
Just overshot. Again, he needs to put that just right on his receiver and his face mask. Defense on top of that, of the route. He throws a little bit too deep. See a late block here by CC, and then that causes some issues.
So they have finally broken things up a little bit down there. The tackle went into the CC bench. In a game like this, tempers get a little going sometimes, but everything has been broken up and gonna talk it out a little bit.
Good thing they got in there quickly and broke that up, move along to play the rest of the football here.
We'll decide if we get a call on both sides, what they decide to do.
Gonna give a little shout out here, Ryan, all the way out in Hawaii. We've got the Lock and Area family saying aloha to everybody here in Michigan on this gorgeous day.
Love that family. They are always watching from out there in Hawaii.
That's right. Strong supporters, always appreciated. All the viewers, we really appreciate. The reason we can come to you is because you bring us into your homes via our stream. Very thankful for that.
Coach, and we have an ejection here. Can't tell which player it is. The call does go against Brother Rice.
That means he must have thrown a punch, done something far beyond the norm of pushing and shoving. And in high school football, that carries a heavy penalty. He will miss the rest of this one, 15 yards, and the next game.
Yeah.
So it is something you've really got to prepare for. Tell your kids you've got to stay poised. Can't do that. But as you stated, in this tough rivalry game, extra emotion is always in there.
Absolutely. And for the way it started, as we mentioned before, emotions are flowing for the Warriors a little bit. Here is Big Mo rumbling his way across the 25.
Again, just referencing what his peer Declan has said about Mr. Jaffer is he's just one of those kids that no matter what's going on around him is something always positive. And I'm not just referencing the football field. It's always, always about something positive, and he's making it happen in the middle of it.
So after the big game, here comes second down. It's Jaffer again. Great spin before finally getting brought down by Andre Cade.
So you can see a huge opening in the middle here. Excellent job by the CC, pancaking a couple of Rice guys there. Then just athleticism with the spin and always moving forward. First down by Mr. Jaffer.
30 seconds to play here in the third. CC already has the record, 6 straight wins in this rivalry. Looking to make it 7. They lead the overall series 34-30-1. Looking to make it 35. Declan over the middle, fires it too high. Davenport saying he grabbed my arm, but it is incomplete.
Sailed that one a little bit. He'll watch his film. He'll see his shoulders are not quite level on this. Had to wait. You can see a little upward lean there, and they stay there. Sails it just a little bit, and I'm telling you, he would make the same assessment. Real smart kid. He'll make that adjustment that will help them later in the game, in the year.
So that will be the end of the third. CC adding to their lead. It is now 24-0 as they go into the final quarter of play in the 77th Boys Bowl. We'll be right back.
You see that? How you can see every delicious speck of sesame, garlic herb, and Parmesan? That is what flavored crust should look like. Crust so irresistible that if pizza could eat pizza, it would be this pizza. Can you imagine how good a pizza would have to be for it to eat itself? Talk about irresistible. Now get an irresistible meal deal for any budget starting at just $5.99.
Hungry?
Howie! We view technology a little differently at Lawrence Tech's College of Architecture and Design. We believe it makes lives better, more beautiful, that it enables people to connect and empowers them to create. We see technology as a reflection of people at their best, and that it should be designed to make us more human, not less. Come redefine technology with us at LTU's College of Architecture and Design.
And that will be a touchdown for Catholic Central. What a way to start the fourth quarter. Mo Jaffer taking it in for the shorty to make it 30-0 over Brother Rice.
We do have a flag on the play. I'm not sure what it's for. It's a great job of Declan securing that high snap and then just give the ball to Mr. Jaffer.
Shirts optional today. Given the 70-degree weather, looks like that is going to go against CC, but after the play,
be assessed on the kickoff.
30-0, 4 seconds into the fourth. As we mentioned, not the game everybody thought. Trouble with the snap here, and great job by Eck to get in there and knock it down. So it remains 30-0. After one play in the fourth. Genna Rose is down on the sideline, and I believe that she is with one proud papa. Genna.
We are now joined by Jason Strayhorn, a former Spartan turned broadcaster, and you're here to watch your son Caden play for CC. This is one of the biggest games of the year. He's a freshman. How exciting is it for you to watch this before your eyes?
I mean, it's incredible to be able to watch my son play in a game of this magnitude. The tradition with, Catholic Central versus Brother Rice in the Boys Bowl is something that he's really learned a lot about this year. And for me to be able to watch him on Sunday after the Spartans' victory, a close victory over the Nebraska Cornhuskers last night, is very special to me and for him as well.
Oh yeah, that just makes it a little more sweeter, the emotions riding in. But I saw that you two had a little bit of a conversation earlier. What have you guys been able to talk about?
He just wants to tell me, like, hey, Dad, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I give him a couple tips, but, nothing too much. I don't want to be overbearing. I want him to try to figure things out on his own because I'm not always going to be able to be on the sideline for him. I have other obligations, and sometimes he's going to get to a level where I just can't be next to him. So it's good for his maturation process to be able to learn on his own how to adjust to what the defense is giving him or whatever the other team is giving him and being able to, dominate the position. That's what he wants to be able to do, is dominate, and that's what we talk about on a daily basis. He's doing a fantastic job as a freshman.
Absolutely. He's here on this stage here today. And what specific aspects of his game allow him to be at this point?
I think that him being a wrestler, he wrestled at the age of 5 in this program at CC. So he learned a lot about balance, core strength, body oneness, which is just being able to have functional strength, not just power, not just endurance, but everything. And then most importantly, the mental endurance and toughness that it takes to play this game at a high level. And he's doing a phenomenal job of that as a young guy out here. You can't really tell that he's a freshman the way he's playing, and that's what we planned for him. And he's got another brother coming up as well who's in 7th grade, Cody. So those guys have done a great job. They put in the work, so they deserve to be here. It's not about what they do out there. It's about what they do away from the field that prepares them for what they can do today on the field.
And lastly, you had the opportunity to watch him in his first game. You had to miss a Michigan State game, but how meaningful was it for you to be able to go see that?
Oh, it was everything. You know, I mean, that's kind of what we're all here for, you know, to be able to pass that torch along to our children. And for me and Michigan State, and to allow me to do that without any pushback was incredible. I wanted to be able to see him, launch him in his career and see him on his way now. You know, he's kind of doing his own. He's launched. He's on his own. He's able to get out of the nest, if you will, and prove his own way. I think that this is a good thing for him, and for me, it's just fun to watch. And you know, I'm looking forward to seeing how he progresses in his high school career.
We're excited to watch that career unfold. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
All right, sending it back up to the truck.
Caden Strayhorn already with an Alabama offer. That kid can play. Well, here is Brother Rice with great field position once again after a great return by Roderick Chandler. And here is Rice moving the ball, trying to get on the board for the first time today. QB keeping it that time. Coach, your thoughts here as once again, Rice has a chance.
Well, first thing you said, trouble with the snap, and every Michigan alumni out there had a shudder run through them on that extra point. So we have to be careful here on air, sir.
That's a 4-letter word anywhere near Ann Arbor, is it not?
That's correct,
yeah.
sir. It's a very good call. But you know what? Again, put one in the end zone. Get something positive to happen for you here. Really good use of the QB run on that one. But I'll tell you what, the CC line in particular, linebackers doing a great job as well, but Mr. Baydoun in particular has had such a phenomenal game. You know they prepared all week. Hey, you are going to see, 40 runs by that great running back, Nolan Ray. And, of course, they are. And he is just fighting and fighting and fighting, and they're doing a great job. And I know talking to Coach K early on, hey, we're going to use the play-action game with Nolan to pop some, passes behind those upcoming linebackers, but then it goes down your first guy, and it's tougher to stick with that plan.
Yeah, and it is a first down from the 31. No, that is near the 20-yard line now as the clock ticks down inside 10 minutes. Gojai slings it out. He's got Savi Bowman out there, and he'll be taken down at about the 16.
I think Savi's coming up.
I think he landed on the ball there possibly, Coach.
Very possible, yep. Something in the rib area, it looked like.
Yep,
great timing on the throw. Good job. Savi will learn to always turn outside with that ball because there comes that inside-out player we talk about, and I think he's the one who got a pad up in the ribs.
Yeah, Mike Downs bringing him down.
We talked to the young receivers. Catch the ball, get outside, stay out by the thinner players, because here come the headhunters from the linebacker position ready to run through you. And I see we had that exact occurrence right there. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, he's still down on the field. And while we have a break in the action, well, you can be a referee. In fact, we need you to get out there and be a referee now more than ever. Nationally, there is a shortage of people willing to work these kids' games, and they are just a kids' game. So, if you love the sports, you also love the kids, why don't you go register today at MHSAA.com. Well, Coach, how about looking forward here? Well, it looks like Savi is up. And we are going to get the action. We'll get to that in 1 second. Nolan next to him. Gojai going to throw. He's got his man inside the 5. Great job there. That is 25, Tommy Labruzzi.
Really nice job. Again, O-line giving him some time there. You could see he had time to just sit there, read his routes. He's looking tight end first, then he goes outside to the secondary receiver, throws the ball right on target, way to secure the football, young man, and then get up the field the best you can inside the 5 again for Brother Rice. Let's see if they can punch one in.
Yep, they've been in the 5 a couple of times today, come up with a 0. Will they find the paint for the first time today? It's the quarterback keeping it himself, but nowhere to go.
Again, trying to use Nolan as the focus here. Fake to him, run Q power up in there. Good job coming down the line of scrimmage by the D-line. Pulling guard, ends up running into his own man because they did a little slant action right there. Got into the gap, and no gain.
Yeah, Sean Field, again, the 2-time captain, wrapping him up right when he got to that line of scrimmage.
It's amazing how the key players make key plays when it's an opportunity to be had by them.
Second goal to go. Looking to throw, but again, wrapped right up and driven back. And it's the same dude, Sean Field, number 24.
Well, you said it earlier. Fields all over the field, and he certainly is. And again, he's just doing what he's supposed to do, coming relentlessly, ends up getting on the inside. Nice job of him covering up the QB.
His buddy's in there with him. That was Mo Jaffer. Pushing him back. So it is now 3rd and goal, but a little bit further to go. Back to the 10.
You know, when you're running a passing game, which I believe they're going to do here, you have actually a little bit more room. It's not necessarily a negative thing to be back a little bit. They come with a blitz.
After him. Gojai tosses it up. Got a man. Cole Canaria. Touchdown, Brother Rice.
And that's exactly what can happen. You get a little bit more space for your receiver to work, and if you give Cole, as we talked about, give him a little bit of room, gets an opportunity, lets it go knowing that's where Lockenaria is going to run because he was nowhere in the picture when he threw it. Excellent pass. Cole tracks it down. Very positive thing for Brother Rice there. Touchdown. Good work.
So for the first time, Brother Rice is on the board. Owen Pardee on the, high snap, gets it away anyway, and it is up, and it is good. So with just under 7 seconds on the clock, Brother Rice gets its first 7. However, still down 30-7 in this one. Coach, I wanted to take a look ahead while we have a minute at the rest of the schedule. Talking to Coach K earlier this week, he loves playing in the Boys Bowl. What an honor. Awesome tradition and everything. The only problem with that is they got to play St. Mary's on Friday. Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Another tough game, and you only got a couple of days to prepare now.
And I'll tell you what, you're on one side of the coin, you say, well, we know what they're going to do. It's great to know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
It's another thing to stop what they're going to do. They're going to run the ball. They're going to play tough, solid defense. It's very Catholic League, staunch defense, excellent run game. Catholic Central's kind of bucked that trend that they've had for year after year after year and gone to something different, and obviously it's working. A testimony to both the staff and the kids by adhering to that and coming through with doing it very proficiently. As you mentioned earlier, lose early, but get better and better and better and better, and that's what you want in football. The day that you lose is a big day going into St. Mary's game, and I know that's what Coach K is referencing. It's tough because you lose a full day of preparation, whether it be as much time on film and study, getting your guys healthy, putting in your install for that particular week. Whatever it is, you lose some of that time, and, of course, that's what's going to happen when you play on a Sunday.
And you're also maybe going to change a few things up with your offense in the next couple of days as well. Coming up next for CC will be De La Salle on October 1st as they kick it off. CC looking to get that touchdown back. And how about that return by number 12, Brady Blakita.
And again, just like the running backs, you see the return players, the receivers. Everyone looks to get up the field. There's not a lot of dancing, side-to-side running. You mentioned the De La Salle game coming up. That very much could be the person or the team who wins the Catholic League in that one. That's going to be a big game.
Yeah, 3 straight, at least share of the title, 3 straight years for CC. Looking to do it one more time as they take over here. And, Coach, looks like we got a new quarterback.
Yeah, they got a young one in there. I heard nothing but real positive things. He's a 9th grader, Skylar Hunter. He's an excellent quarterback, works his tail off as well. Got a junior running back that gets some players, some experience in his Boys Bowl, so when they come back in years to come, they're prepared to play in this type of environment.
Absolutely. Declan Bile, the senior. So you might as well get a guy in here, see what they can do. This is Spence Lions running. We do have a flag down, though.
Sideline again.
As you see a gang of orange hats getting in there.
Where the flag is, looks like it's a possible hold.
And right there in the middle of the field. Talking to Coach Anderson over there. Let's see what it is.
Oh, unsportsmanlike conduct on Catholic Central.
So here comes the young fella, Skylar Hunter. As you mentioned, the 9th grader getting some action for the first time in this game.
Be first and long here. Come on, Rice has got to come up with a good defensive stance.
2nd and 19. Hunter keeping it himself. He has nowhere to go. He is wrapped up first by Zach Morales.
And then cleaned up there by Mr. Irvin. Nice job. Trying a little action with the run game and then take the quarterback the other way. Nice, solid defensive play, staying home. The outside contained man has boot, reverse, QB. Good job right there, staying disciplined.
So it is now 3rd and very long, 3rd and 24. Hunter going to let this one fly. No, he's not. He's going to tuck and run down the sideline, and he is taken down. Good tackle there, and the Shamrocks will have to kick it away. Michael Wayne. Well, we do have a flag.
So often is the case with a young QB, comes in, big stage. He's going to look downfield real quick where Declan may now check to his 2nd, 3rd, 4th receiver. He's going to take off and use his athletic ability. Skylar can really run the rock.
Visual Pro Inspections. This Boys Bowl broadcast brought to you by Visual Pro Inspections. Get the peace of mind you deserve when purchasing your next home. Scheduling your next home inspection couldn't be any easier. Go to homeinspectionschedule.com. 4th down, 5:28 to go. Shamrocks kicking from inside their own 10. Kick is away, and it is a beauty. And it is fair cut. And once again, Brother Ice will take over, this time at the 40-yard line, Coach. Great field position today for those guys. But the story of the day, they just couldn't take advantage of it.
And on one side of the coin, you say maybe they couldn't take advantage of it. And on the other side, you say, man, Catholic Central's defense is prepared and playing very, very well. And again, you always mention the front 7 as kind of controlling what's going on, and that's exactly what's happened. The defensive line has played extremely well, and then the linebackers have been filling those gaps thereafter. Just phenomenal.
Yeah, Badoon, Field, Ross, Massey. Done a great job up front. Beckler Hauser called his name. Braden Corser a number of times today. They have really controlled it. Here's Gojai. He's got a man. Great pass and brought in by Charlie D'Angelo.
Very nice play right there. And, of course, everyone's watching and saying, hey, how come they didn't do that earlier? So they came in with a game plan. This was part of it. Play action. Dip the ball in there to the running back. Pull it. Nice patience there. gets in the window, good ball, good catch.
You know, Coach, and if they can get another one here on the board inside the 40-yard line now, little momentum. You know, there's no moral victories, but a little momentum here with the newer guys on the offense going into next week.
Absolutely, and that's what you're playing for, is to get something positive on film. Talk to the guys about, hey, this is what we need to do when we play St. Mary's. You have the capabilities of doing it. We're going to have a new quarterback start for us next week. We're fine. He's got some experience. They're going to get him more work, and they're going to try and gel together as an offense.
Yeah, the running back in there, also a freshman. You saw him right there, MHSAA. Go Jai, letting it fly. Got a man down there, but that is going to be intercepted. And guess who it is? Your hands man, Cam Davenport, bringing it in. Not sure if they're going to mark it down at the 1 or if they're going to give him the touchback, Coach. I didn't see the call there, but a great play by Cam.
Absolutely. Excellent coverage, running down the field with lock and area. Gets up, great timing, excellent timing. Again, using his hands, it'll be first down on about the 1.5-yard line, 1 yard line, it looks like to me. Again, the use of those hands and securing that ball, so important. And when young guys do it, it transfers well for them. I believe Cam's going to go on and play after high school.
Absolutely. Great game here for the senior. Gives his team the ball back, second turnover.
Got the third quarterback in here, Bo Jackson, another 9th grader. So, boy, are they going to have some excellent competition at that quarterback spot. And that's what you want at that spot, is people competing to be the best.
Spencer Lyons on the run there. You see him, number 6. It's BEAU Jackson.
Boy, almost had a safety right there and a really nice move there. Boy, I'll tell you what, Mr. Lyons, a junior, who will probably carry the rock for them next year, getting some valuable experience here.
We do have a player down. Looks like he's going to be okay, though. That is Andre Cade. And, yeah, Evan Hager, also a junior, coming back next year, so they will be in good hands. We'll be losing Declan Bile, but you know what? They're not thinking about that yet. This is just Game 5. They've got a long way to go this season.
Absolutely, they do. Again, that's one of the reasons why you get some players' experience. So if someone does go down, they've been on the play or in a play or two in prior to them having to take over for someone who may have gone down. Because in football, the whole theory of next man up never comes more true.
Cam Lloyd taking the ball here. Yet another running back. This time it's a 10th grader. Ben Eck trying to rip that ball out of there, as was Chad Tellis.
Good job rallying to the ball right there by the defense.
Clock continuing to run. Now close to the 3:30 mark. As the Shamrocks just trying to run this sucker out. Take their Boys Bowl victory. Their 7th in a row. And move on. Here's Bo. Hands it off to the sophomore. This time he runs into a wall, but he's still pushing. Gotta love the effort.
And I'll tell you, that's what the competition breeds at positions, is whoever goes in there is going to fight every time they get a repetition, because they know if they can get that fight on film, number one, they're earning respect of their brothers. And number two, when they get a shot to go in, the coach isn't afraid to put them in because they're going to put the same fight in as they had from the last guy. So Catholic Central doing a great job here getting some kids experience, not trying to run anything up, but getting kids some play in the big game, because these guys are going to be the guys from years to come who are going to be in that position in next year's Boys Bowl and the following year's Boys Bowl.
And that's Cameron Lloyd on the carry.
Got a fumble and a recovery by Brother Rice. Nice job getting the ball out there. You see number 32 coming up with that football.
Chad Tellis again.
Absolutely.
Great job, and the young fella, we'll learn from that, gets the ball just punched right out of there. I believe Tellis hit him.
He stripped it, and then on the bounce here is going to recover it.
Yeah, the ball, it looked like Rice had it. Nope, scoots out of there.
Gained
Tellis
3 yards. Nice offensive play. Good
nice
job.
Little 3-yard pickup by Tellis as well. So it will be. We have a flag.
Of course.
Is it after? I believe it is after the play, though.
Yeah, Brother Rice football, 1st and 10. Looks like on the 31-yard line.
So here comes Go Jai with 2:05 to go. Here they are backing it up. This Boys Bowl broadcast is brought to you by Candice Rich Luxury Homes. Experience luxury service without compromise. Let her open the door to your next real estate move. You can call Candice direct at 248-724-6124, or you could also visit her website, CandiceRich.com.
Boy, Mark was under extreme pressure right here. Pretty immediate, too. He catches the football, and he's got people right in his face. Strong defensive line rush, knowing they're going to be throwing the football at this point. And there's Mr. Baydoun again, flying around, getting the sack. Boys, he had an unbelievable day today in this Boys Bowl.
They got the second and third string offense in there, but that first string D-line still in there and still wreaking havoc. Sean Field with the tackle there on MHSAA.
Getting a little bit of read here by the quarterback. Defensive line comes up the field. No, it's a straight give right there. Mr. Say just slipped, got his feet, came from underneath him.
So it will be 3rd and 21. After the turnover, looked like they had the ball inside the 30, good field position. Instead, it's been back and back and back. Mark this time keeps it himself, picked up only a couple, but it'll be 4th and 16.
This is a tough situation because everybody wants to throw the football, but, you know, when the defensive line knows it's going to be a throw, they just pin those ears back and fly up the field, and that's always difficult.
35 seconds to play in this game. As the clock ticks away, it will be CC with the victory. Hand off up the gut on 4th down. Nice little pickup for Vegas. But that'll do it. It'll be a turnover on downs.
I'd imagine we'll see Catholic Central maybe run one more play, but they might just take a knee. We'll see here.
Well, the blue shirts are feeling it now. The home team
Get their ass kicked next week.
picks up its 7th, unprecedented 7th victory in a row in the big rivalry here in the Boys Bowl. It is CC 30-7 over Brother Rice. Coach, incredible job, maybe in all 3 phases, but especially through the air. That's where the Shamrocks broke it open.
I really believe 2 things happened here. Number 1, the fact they could run the ball well enough, and then they took their shots. We talked about it. It was dink, 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 big play. And when you've got a leader like Declan, you've got weapons to use. You know he's going to make decisions that are good for your football team. And the coaches waited for good times, and they made it happen. And I believe in the second, the play of the defensive line for Catholic Central today made a big difference. You've got a great running back who, for all intents and purposes, was bottled up by the D-line. Mr. Baydoun, and, you know, some may argue it could be some other players. To me, he gets game ball today because he was ferocious. And if I'm not mistaken, Catholic Central is going to take quite notice of that defensive lineman making great plays today.
For Brother Rice, you lose your quarterback. Unfortunate, broken collarbone. Where do they go from here now, losing 2 games in a row? And, Coach, their schedule this season is absolutely brutal. St. Mary's, Chicago Christ the King, Traverse City Central, which many believe is the favorite in D2. Oh, yeah, then you finish the season against Country Day.
Absolutely. And there's no breaks. And when you go to Brother Rice, you go to Catholic, you go to any of the Catholic league schools, and there are several other leagues in the state that are the same way. You don't get a break. And that's just the way football is going to be. And if you plan to play at the next level, that's what you want to prepare for. And I know a lot of these kids do. So there is no break. They're going to have an advantage this week of knowing Mark's going to be their guy. They're going to get him a lot of reps. They're going to go ahead and write the script, so to speak, where he is the quarterback. And they're going to make it happen with him. And they'll go back to the drawing board a little bit. cleaned some things up on the run game, and I believe they'll be stronger next week. And defense, I think, actually had a pretty good second half all in all.
Yeah, they really did. Down 17-0 at the half. It ends 30-7 after that late touchdown. 3-2 now on the season is Brother Rice. CC has now won 4 in a row after falling to Chip Valley in game number 1 on the season. There you can see Brother Rice taking the knee, and there you see the Shamrocks very excited after hearing from their head coach. The helmets go flying, and here they go over to their buddies in the student section. Got to be a great feeling to win this Boys Bowl here at home. 4-1 now on the season, and as we mentioned, De La Salle next week. You mentioned the Catholic League, St. Mary's after that, and then Newmarket, Huron Heights, a team from Ontario to close out the campaign in Week 8, and then one more game to follow in Week 9.
Yeah, they'll probably play the Catholic Championship over again. It may be again against the De La Salle or St. Mary's, as is often the case. One of the things I'll take mention here right now, looking at the student section, in my opinion, Catholic Central does a phenomenal job as an institution getting everyone involved in following all the Shamrocks and what they do. And if you ever come to their game, they've got a phenomenal, obviously, backing in the stands, always jam-packed, great student section. And for them, this is what you want. Rocking and rolling with your guys, back and forth, singing the fight song, 1,000 strong over there, feeling good about themselves. But I'll tell you right now, they'll wrap up. They'll come back tomorrow, and their coaches will be all over them because they'll coach them hard because they're winning. They feel good about themselves, so you can really be on them because they know that's what's going to get the next victory.
Well, it all began with a 30-plus yard touchdown to Cam Davenport to make it 7-0. They also had a 38-yard touchdown in there. And then with 1:21 to play, after they get the ball deep in territory, first play with 1:21 before the half, Owen Semp goes up and over the defender, 74 yards to the crib. It was 17-0 at that point. Then you had a 38-yard gain later in this game by Zerke. Big play after big play, and the guy who was throwing that rock was number 2 for the Shamrocks, and right now he's standing by with Genna Rose.
We are now joined by CC starting quarterback Declan Biles. 7 straight wins now for CC in the rivalry against Brother Rice. You're no stranger to the emotions and passion that go to the Boys Bowl and in this rivalry. What was executed during today's game that you worked on in practice that led to a win in such dominating fashion?
Like you said, I think the biggest thing was practice. After the Chip Valley game, we came in with a whole new mindset to practice and really took every rep and really wanted to perfect each and every rep, and that just led to the game. When we got out here, we're talented, we know they were talented, but we just executed what the coaches wanted us to do.
In years past, the identity of this team used to be run first and pass later, and with Kevin Glenn, now the offensive coordinator, that has switched. Talk about your relationship.
Yeah, having Coach Glenn come here was awesome for me. Obviously, a quarterback, I like to throw the ball. Coach Glenn's awesome. He really likes to listen. We have a lot of conversations. If I see something, he's very open about it. And, I mean, we're throwing the rock. I'm enjoying it.
And you are a senior, and with your fellow seniors here on this team, how emotional is it to have this win?
It's huge for us. We went 4-0 against Rice in our career, and this game means everything to us. It's state championship, and then it's did you beat Brother Rice? And we did that 4 times, so super blessed and thankful for that.
And how do you celebrate this win while keeping in mind that you're going up against De La Salle, who's 4-0 on the season?
Yeah, it's a short week playing on Sunday, and we know Dell is a very, very good team. We barely got them last year, and they've got the best of us the prior years, so we know they're a really good team. We just got to come in tomorrow locked in.
Well, Declan, congratulations on the win and great work here today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, and thank you for joining us, sending it back to the truck.
Catholic Central is playing really good football right now. They have won 4 straight this season to improve to 4-1. They have now won a record 7 straight over their rivals from Brother Rice, and they do it here in the 77th Boys Bowl. 30-7 is your final. For Ryan and Genna and Coach Popp, we thank you so much. We will see you next week right here on State Champs Live. Have a great weekend. State Champs Game Time Live is presented by Lawrence Technological University. You can recruit yourself at ltuathletics.com. It's also brought to you by Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Visual Home Inspections, a proud sponsor of the Boys Bowl. Get the peace of mind you deserve when purchasing your next home. Scheduling your home inspection couldn't be any easier. Go to www.homeinspectionschedule.com. Candice Rich Luxury Homes. Experience luxury service without compromise. Let her open the door to your next real estate move. Call Candice direct at 248-724-6124 or visit her website, CandiceRich.com.